And we are live.
What's up? What's up?
Live from Van Nuys. This is Monday afternoon. And I have posted everywhere that we are live. This is Blockchain Boulevard number 5. Time flies. It feels like there have not been 5 weeks this year already, but I guess there have been because our first one was starting in January.
Yeah, time does fucking fly. Damn, yo. A crazy week still, Marcy. Trying to figure out the market direction here. I think we'll get much more clarity about it tomorrow after the FOMC meeting. But
yeah, I think we pulled back from last week, right? Because last week everybody's getting crazy excited about green, but then pulled back a little bit.
Dropped a bit and kind of climbed back a little of that. I don't know. My guess is we're probably going to keep ranging until tomorrow, and then pick a direction here. See what they announce as far as inflation and interest rate increases.
Interesting to see. Alien World still has so many more transactions than everything else. What's going on in Nashville, Lou? Our fellow blockchain brawler.
What's up? Looks like I was too slow on the drop here. All right. Oh, I also want to try
Farmers World is actually like... It's weird. Farmers World to go from like 2 transactions a minute to like 200.
Yeah.
Interesting watching.
Farmers World had like a big bump pretty recently in like their FTW token or whatever, FWW.
It's kind of strange because from my understanding, the devs are no longer involved in the project. Like people are like buying just because it was so big that they're like, if the devs come back, it'll explode. And like, that's why people are buying is what I was told. Like it's kind of a strange, strange buying strategy. You're like, I'm going to buy into this abandoned project in the hopes that they come back. Because then if they do come back, it'll be much more valuable. But like, that's not what I'm betting on personally, but interesting strategy. I need my soundboard. Where's the bold strategy, Cotton?
It's a bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off for them. I don't know. It definitely it pumped a bunch.
Good, but
the liquidity is also so much lower now. It didn't take very much wax to pump the price that much.
A bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
I feel like realistically, they could come back. They're going to come back next time there's like a bull pump, and it's just going to be to suck up more money, and then they're going to bail again. So, I mean, maybe if that happens, you can capitalize on when they come back. But I don't know. That's such a weird investment strategy. That's just gambling. I don't know what else to call that. That's not even investing. That's straight up gambling. You're just like, I hope these people come back. Also, the game's not fun. So no one's buying it because they believe in the game. Like you're buying it exclusively because you hope it's worth more money based on I don't know. But I'm surprised Farmers World hasn't died yet, I guess is my summary of all of those thoughts. Is it's been widely known that the team kind of took off for feels like almost a year now. Like they said there's gonna be a big update last year and then never really pushed it. I think they did some sort of UI update and they're there's gonna be another update and then they just didn't do it. And that was a year ago, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. That game I feel like it soft rugged and then it kind of hard rugged and now it's kind of just I don't know. There's definitely a community of people who are still expecting it to bounce back in some kind of form. So,
yeah, I think that's the whole also fallacy if you don't lose money if you don't sell, that sort of that where it's except that it could never recover and then you don't technically lose the money but you can never make the money back, so what a weird technicality that doesn't matter.
I guess in that mindset then I would say you lost the money when you bought whatever you bought every time then.
But if you look at the all-time sales, Farmers World, let me zoom in on this.
Oh yeah, this is a cool tool.
Farmers World is 5 times the amount of sales as Alien Worlds. Farmers World is by far the biggest project we've seen on Wax.
Yeah, massive. That's crazy. Like, and Alien Worlds has been pretty relevant, like, for years.
Relevant and consistent. Like they're kind of
Yeah.
the entire time we've been in Wax, they're usually a top 10 on the marketplace. Like every once in a while it falls out, but it's pretty much always on the top of Atomic Hub. And Atomic Hub sorts based on volume, if you didn't know. So if you're wondering like why certain projects are listed higher than other, it's because people be buying those projects.
Yeah, it's like a rolling volume thing. I think it's per day, so like whatever's selling the most that day, you'll see higher on the Atomic Hub market list. Marcy, hello. She's being pampered right now. But yeah, and then the Funko drop sold out when I checked it. It was too late already. I slept in too much. Teen Titans Go Funko drop today. Oh, I could also show off distributing some Neon rewards.
Yeah, we also got to figure out, did you look up when the last time they were sent were? Because we had to retroactively send them as well. Look at that today. DC Teen Titans Go has already done $114,000 in volume. That drop happened, I think, 2 hours ago. They've done like $100,000 in volume in 2 hours.
Damn.
Also, kind of interesting, you can see 976 buyers, 1,000 sellers. You can see like the buy-sell ratio. Which honestly, it's not that many people. Like you have under 1,000 people collecting this Funko drop. So for under 1,000 people to have spent $100,000, like it's a lot of money moving through these markets for the amount of accounts. Like,
yeah,
it's $1,000 per person. Like,
I mean, I remember when like the Farmers World tools were selling for like $3,000-4,000 on like the lower end. Like they had some higher end shit like excavators and shit were going for like 30 grand. Like that game was nuts. That was
Teen Titans Go. Let's see what the packs are selling for.
I think they're like 13 last time I checked.
13 bucks.
Yeah.
MSRP is 10, so those are up like a couple of bucks. And you have to remember too, you have to pay tax when you buy these. Like there's no way to buy these for exactly $10. You're spending like $10.80 or whatever after fees and stuff. So people generally people generally sell them with the fees baked in. So like the chance of you getting it under the drop with the fees is pretty low.
Yeah. What up, Jeff? Baggy. Random King.
Let's see what the premium packs are selling for. Premium packs are 37 and they started at 30. So I feel like those are about equal how much they're marked up.
That's not terrible actually, yeah.
It seems
it's
about
a good day to use some of my chimp tokens and make some auto buy orders for these packs.
Yeah, today's a big day for auto buy and chain jams. Let's see what the redeemables are selling for. I guess for newer people, like the entire Funko market's kind of like revolves around the redeemables. Like the packs are valuable because you can pull the redeemables out of the packs. So depending on the value of the redeemables, like the packs, that's how you decide.
Yeah, you also get a redeemable for completing a full set of like one in each rarity, like a royalty set.
Looks like Aqualad's going for 36 bucks right now. Bumblebee's going for 39 bucks. That means one's more desirable because we haven't seen. Yeah, here we go. People want Red Robin like twice as much. It's worth 64 bucks. So Red Robin is valued much higher than the other two redeemables. That's kind of a fun thing too. He does the pull-ups and then he flies away.
Oh, and then busts back in through the window. Oh, but then it like fades out. I like it better when they're like perfect loops.
I think Rocket in our community said he pulled a Bumblebee.
Oh, nice. I don't know the character Bumblebee, so I'd be stoked to pull a redeemable, but less stoked that it's one that I don't really know.
So a bunch of people have been saying they're just like, these aren't really the main characters in the show, so a lot of people aren't super excited about them.
Right.
Thank you for the subscription too, or if somebody gifted that, thank you for the gift.
Oh, Marcel.
Let's see what the Grail is selling for, because these are the legendaries. Damn, the Grail is going for $230.
Oh, wow. Damn, that's like the real chase then.
Bumblebee is from the West Coast Titan. She's dope. Okay.
Okay.
I like this guy because it just reminds me of Power Rangers. Like they all go into the head and then it's like a big mech thing. That's super Power Rangers. Like I feel like it's just literally is Power Rangers, but
right. That totally is like, what is that called? The phone, like Voltron or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's
Only
what it is.
999 of these though, which honestly, there's under 1,000 buyers. So like as of now, there's like enough for a grail for every single buyer, which makes me think these are overvalued. But it's early. The drop's only been going for 2 hours. I'm sure the number of buyers will go up, you know, farther away from drop time.
Yeah. It is definitely like Voltron. I agree.
I don't think I'm going to participate in this drop. I'm not a huge fan of Teen Titans. I've actually never seen it, so
I've seen Teen Titans, but I haven't seen Teen Titans Go, and I think they're different things. I did like the Waffles song though that we played last week.
yeah, that was fun. I don't have any issues with it. It's just like, you know, I'm generally not trying to get like physical collectibles for things I've ever seen. Just like, it's like wearing a band T-shirt if you've never listened to the band. It's just kind of weird. You're like promoting you're a fan of something that you're not of. I'm afraid people are going to call me out on being a fake if I get my Teen Titan. I'm going to get my Teen Titan redeemable, and someone's going to come over and be like, "Oh, what's your favorite episode?" I'm like, get caught. I'm going to get caught. I'm going to be real embarrassed. I can't have that happen. I can't have my credibility challenge. I was going to say street cred, but it's like the opposite, like nerd cred. I can't have my nerd cred challenge.
Yeah, we got also correction for nerd cred here. Bumblebee's apparently the East Coast, not the West Coast.
Okay, East Coast Titan.
The Teen Titans are on the East Coast.
Wait, there's a Slade redeemable? I don't know if we saw that one. That must be even more desirable than the
Which
Robin.
one?
Yeah, Slade is $80. So this one's actually of the legendaries the most. This is the one that looks like Deadpool to me, but it's Slade.
Yeah. Oh my.
How do you can?
There she goes.
Let's see. Let me open this.
Oh damn, that one is pretty cool too.
Game of Thrones Redemption starts tomorrow, which means
Let's
if
go.
you are like
That's my
Max, Max likes to grab the NFTs, not the redeemables. So like the legendaries and
the Grail, even like a lot
yeah,
of
like
those.
the Grails,
all
actually all of them,
ones.
because all of them are
Yeah.
redeemable for the set bonus. So every rarity dumps the day the redeemables come out. So if you're trying to buy the NFTs and you don't care about collecting the physical Funkos, the best day to
Yeah.
do that is the day the redemption tokens drop, because the value of all the NFTs drops significantly. So that is happening tomorrow. So if you are interested,
Tomorrow's,
and I might
yeah.
hop in because I do like
This-
Game of Thrones. I've also
I do too.
missed the last couple of these, and Max has been able to get like full sets for like $5, and I feel like that's super reasonable
Yeah.
for a property this big.
Right? It's like it ends up being like 200, 300 wax to get like a full what's it called? Royalty set of NFTs. And who knows? I mean, maybe someday in the future they give out retroactive, like, you know, special Freddy Funko like things for people still holding royalty
I
sets.
wouldn't buy it for that, but
I wouldn't either, but they might. I mean, I got like a gold Freddy for having a royalty set in what's that one? TMNT.
this is my. What's your favorite Big Boy burger?
Oh yeah.
I honestly can't say I'm a huge fan of Big Boy, but I am a fan of burgers.
Yeah.
People are like, I don't know what a Slate is. I don't know what Teen Titan. Like, I don't know anything about that. I know about burgers. Like,
Look at that burger too, dude. It's a double stack. Like, dang.
yeah, dude. It's
That's
like a
fucking
Big
burger.
Mac. It's got fucking burger sauce. You can see like the relish coming out of it.
Yeah, and
Come
it's got
on.
it comes with a shake, dude. I'm assuming that's a shake he's got there. I mean,
Yeah, we'll call it a shake.
yeah, that one's pretty fucking great. The burger guy.
Yeah, I just like the way this one looks.
Yeah, I like that one too. That's what I showed Pete the picture of that one because he collects Funkos too and just toys in general. And he was like, "Why did you get the burger and not like the Big Boy character?" And it's just like,
That's what everybody says. They're like, "Why'd you get this?" I'm like, "Cause I'm an idiot and I don't understand what collectors want, and I'm collecting
He's
them for
like, yeah.
myself. I'm not buying it because I think it's gonna be valuable to resell." Like, this
Yeah,
is
Pete's like an actual collector, and it's just like,
here's
why?
another one.
That one's
Seventh
pretty
Son
dope, too.
Eddie from the Iron Maiden collection. This is the one I still have the full set from Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I do too. The royalty set. I like that one too.
Yeah, that one I got both redeemables and the set bonus, but I sold the set bonus and one of the redeemables, which I kind of regret actually, because I don't know, this redeemable didn't turn out as cool as it looked on the preview. Like it was supposed to be like more
clear.
see-through and
like a White Walker kind of.
But I don't know, it's still cool. It's also cool just to see Iron Maiden like pop up. Iron Maiden is a big band in my.
Right.
I don't even know if childhood is the right word. My like teenage years, I was not
In my
listening to Iron
youth.
Maiden as a child, but I was listening to Iron Maiden in like middle school and high school.
Back in my youth. Marcy, you're so needy. Let me put my hand on my mouth.
But Bob's kind of sucks if I'm being honest. I've only eaten there once, and it's overpriced. That's all describe Bob's. It's like you're paying like $13-14, and it's like not that good.
It's like a Denny's almost. I feel like.
Yeah, it's more expensive. Like
like a more like a like an IHOP, I guess. It's like a more expensive Denny's, right?
I'm the KY says win neon physicals. We ordered stickers. We're just waiting for the manufacturing and the shipping. It also took us a while. We went back and forth on some like proofs and shit with them for like weeks, so it's gonna be a minute. Probably by next month we'll have our first redeemables, or at least first physicals. Making them redeemable is harder than just selling them for fiat, so we do need to figure out the logistics of that. There's like a 90-day free trial for Shopify right now, so we're going to once we get the stickers, then we're going to create the Shopify and see if we can figure out a way to get codes to Nifty blocks. So if you blend a Neon Blend token, you get a free claim code through Shopify, and then basically you can just buy it for free on Shopify. And yeah, we just need to figure out the logistics of that. We also will not be selling all of them for blend tokens. We do need to pay for them. Like it costs money to manufacture these, so we'll be selling. We haven't said the exact percentages yet, but it's something like 70-30. Like 70% is going to go on sale for fiat, 30% will sell for blend tokens, and the fiat for that will be used pretty much exclusively to invest in more stickers and more physical redeemables. So like it's not making its way to our personal bank accounts. We're using it to reinvest in Neon Space. So, you know, if for some reason you think you're making us rich, you're not. You're just making it so we can make better collectibles for you to get for free eventually. That's the end goal, is more free stuff for you guys, but we need to pay money to get the free stuff to give you. So, we'll probably be doing free shipping internationally for the stickers. Probably not for anything but stickers, but for the stickers, Priscilla told me it's like, I believe, just 2 stickers or 2 stamps to send a sticker internationally. So like we can afford that built into our like free blend stuff. But when we start shipping heavier things, then we'll have to figure out, like, we might have to make you pay for shipping. Like you can get it for free if you live in Europe with the blend token, but then you have to pay for the shipping or whatever. As far as like, we'll figure that out when we get there. But as of now, we're saying we're covering shipping to Europe and stuff. So for now, that's what we're saying, until we learn the hard way. That's a dumb thing to do. But for now, you should be able to get a sticker for no extra charge if you live anywhere in the world. I probably shouldn't commit to that. I don't know if like we ship to Antarctica and shit. I don't know. Wherever like USPS, if I can stick my shit with a US postal stamp on it and it makes it to you, we're good. But if US Postal Service stamps don't work where you live, then I don't know.
We'll send it to the North Pole to Santa, and then he can get it to you because he can get everywhere. Marcy
from Canada, it cost me like $5 shipping. Yeah, based on what Priscilla told us, it shouldn't cost more than like $2 or $3 for us to ship internationally. So we should be able to cover it, but that's also just based on what Priscilla told us, and I have no personal experience, like no firsthand experience doing this. So this whole thing's going to be a learning lesson. Like every time we do this, we're going to get better at it. Like we did with our NFT drops. Like our first NFT drop went well, but we had too much of a supply, and like we had to work out the supply and demand and the blends and all that stuff. So like it's gonna be the same thing for our physical stuff. Like I'm sure we're not going to do it perfectly the first time, and then we're going to learn and then readjust based on what we learn. That's sort of how we do everything in Neon Space. But
yeah,
at first we're saying free shipping internationally, and then if we lose hundreds of dollars on that somehow, then we will adjust. But I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I'm excited about that. We'll start doing that for like super blends Fridays too. Like you'll be able to blend into stickers instead of just NFTs. And I'm excited for when that finally happens, but hopefully by the end of next month, we'll have the first one of those.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think a cool thing to do would be to use the Neon Blend token to vote on WaxDAO for what is the next thing to turn into a sticker. Like, we choose 4 options and we could let the people choose, and then whatever the people choose, then we can order that and then put it up for blend tokens. I feel like that'd be a good use of our token, and it'd be fun to like give the people what they want.
There's already a pool that you can stake those tokens, so you could just be like, whatever you're staking that pool is, you get voting rights for. Let's see.
You can send 1-ounce letters or postcards around the world with 1 global forever stamp, which currently costs $145. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to be doing. It's just like the post stamp, and like you can ship stickers in like envelopes. Like, they don't need to be in crazy packages. So we should be able to ship them for pretty cheaply. I guess we'll find out if they get destroyed in the mail or something. Then we might have to adjust. But again, as I said, this is going to be a learning process. We do not ship physical goods to people internationally. That is not something we do in our normal lives. So this will be our first time doing it. And like, we're gonna do our best to get you guys your stuff, but yeah, it's gonna be a learning experience because that's just out of our wheelhouse. We've been selling NFTs. NFTs are not physical inventory. You don't have to worry about ordering the right amount and selling the right amount. Well, I guess you do a little bit with pre-mints and stuff, which we did screw that up, but like, yeah, once you have physical inventory, it changes a lot. So we'll have to learn that. I think we should still be able to cover, like, the way we're pricing it is so that we can still earn money shipping them internationally. So like,
there used to, I feel like the forever stamps used to be way cheaper, and there was like a time when the post office was like needing like money, and I feel like
they get more expensive, but like the previous ones last forever. That's the whole point. So like, if you bought a 45-cent forever stamp, it's worth the same as like the $1.30 forever stamp because with the same.
I feel like I remember I feel like my mom bought like a bunch of those stamps back in the day, just because she's always sending cards and stuff to Germany.
Willow Bart says Sully tapes his to the inside of the envelope with painter's tape. That's a good idea, and I do have a bunch of tape. I have a bunch of different tapes from audio stuff, so we can tape. We'll also like reach out to Priscilla and Sully and people that do stickers and ask for their advice. So, you know, we're not just like totally winging it, but
trying to reinvent the wheel ourselves here.
I'm just trying to lower expectations because I feel like there's zero shot we're not fucking something up in this process. Like, something at some point is gonna fuck. I've learned from even making NFTs, like, nothing ever goes 100% right. Like, there's usually some sort of problem. So I'm lowering expectations, so if we screw something up, you guys aren't trying to crucify us.
Yeah. Here, check this out. I'm gonna show off the Neon liquidity pool tool that
Cool. We can also start getting the tech talk. That was a good intro for this.
Yeah, I feel like that. Here, let's take a look. This is the Funko drop that I missed. So let me go to.
We're gonna start trying to do the Neon airdrop on stream. We've missed the past couple weeks. Mark has been doing our DeFi rewards. If you provide liquidity to the Wax Neon pool on DeFi Box, we give people rewards paid in the Neon token based on their percentage of the pool. But because Mark's been so busy constructing his restaurant, he just forgot to do it the last couple weeks. So we're going to do a couple weeks worth of rewards, but also we're going to start trying to just do it every Tuesday on air. One, so we don't forget. We're always on stream, but then we can consistently forget to put the rewards out. And two, just for transparency, so you can see exactly how we're doing it. You can verify. It will be on record of us distributing the rewards, and you can see that we're not doing any funny business behind the scenes.
Yeah. So let's see. Here's the LP wallet. The last time the rewards went out was December 30th. So we were like 4 weeks, I think. Yeah.
Wait, what was it?
The 31st.
December 30th?
December 30th, yeah.
Yeah, 4 weeks. And I think Mark said he does 20 wax a week.
So that's 80 wax, which I actually have in the wallet. So now I can come to DeFi Wax.
Wait, is it 4 or is it 5? When was the last one you said? The 30th?
Yeah.
That was a Friday. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4. It's been 4 weeks, but like this Friday would be the 5th.
All right, we'll do that next week since I only have 80 right now, and I'll have to send more wax to this wallet.
Okay, no. Good call. It decided itself.
Yeah, so let's do it. So that'd be 80 wax. So we'll buy that from the pool right here. Swap it. Let's go. Done. And now I can go to the Neon Space tool here. And this is a DeFi box list of all the liquidity pool members. And I'm excluding my wallet, which is now getting 0%. And I'm excluding your wallet here, Neon Fanatics.
Who's Yield Farmers? Is that us too?
Oh, yeah, that's Mark. Where's that one?
Number 8.
I'll exclude you too, Mark. And that boosts everybody else's percentage. Like if I include myself,
You get 46%.
yeah, I got 46. So I'm
Whoever 5 QMTB4 is happy that like
like
pretty
much
yourself
double
shifts a massive percentage to them.
Yeah. So let's see. Now I can go down to the bottom. This is like my first time messing with this, just so we'll see how it goes.
I think you have to put in the amount you're sending.
Okay, so that amount is 7. Here, copy that.
Willowbard, we are also not going to make our new slogan that that we're gonna fuck stuff up. That's not going to be our slogan. But for those of us who watch us on Twitch, I'm just being honest.
All right, so I'll send both these transactions.
Our actual slogan's more like under promise, over deliver. That's a very Neon Space slogan.
Boo, it's telling me overdrawn balance. So
I bet you have like 7. I bet you have like 0.28. Like it's rounding up to the 1 and you don't actually have a 1 there.
Let's see. I'm going to swap. Wait, why
Well,
is
now
this
you need to
such a
check who you sent to because it just fucked up the. Like you already sent to a bunch of people, so now you're gonna have to exclude all of those people.
It's just the second transaction. I think I just need a couple more Neon to sign this. So
oh yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah,
I was thinking about recalculating it at all because it failed, but only scope creep. I don't know if I understand what that's.
Price impact.
You get nothing.
That's weird.
You lose. Good.
I don't know why there's such a big price impact, so I'm gonna send it from my other wallet here and buy it like a little bit more. Not trying to pay 23% slippage for buying.
Why is that shouldn't happen though?
Yeah, I don't know either. That's just it's such a small amount of wax that I guess DeFi box can't handle it or something. Oh, you know why? It's because it's such a small amount of wax and the precision of Neon isn't that low. So because it's such a small, because there's only 4 decimal places for Neon tokens. No, I can. Oh, I should have gone over here and I can send it to LP from here. Let's see.
It's a dev thing. Every increasing scope in projects. I still don't know what that means, but I'll take your word for it. Looks like Rocket Snail gave something away. I'm not sure what that is, but thank you, Rocket Snail, for hooking it up.
Let's see. I'm going to transfer this over to LP.
We're getting pretty into our planet right now. The Neon NEG Alliance is in full swing. We have 49 out of 50 members, so not even really recruiting anymore. If you missed your shot, pretty much. You missed the boat if you were trying to play our planet with us. Hit us up next server. It'll probably be even harder to join after we win this one, but you know, it's gonna be way harder to get into our alliance after we become the #1 alliance on the server. But
so now, if we look back on transaction history here for LP.neon, we just sent LP rewards to everybody in the wallet, and you can see each of these little amounts of Neon went to everybody. So let's see who got the most.
It should be 5 QTBM, right? Or no?
Let's see.
5 QBM4. I got it slightly wrong, but that's the person that's under you, like number 2.
1.5 Neon, not bad.
Yeah.
1.5.
Not bad.
Let's see what that trades into. 5, Or hey, that's 16 wax.
16 wax
baby.
worth of neon.
Not bad. But yeah, there
And
you
that's
go.
4 weeks
Rewards.
of rewards, so that's like almost a full month. But next week we'll do 2 weeks worth of rewards, and hopefully we'll just be back on track starting next week to be doing
Yeah.
weekly rewards. So sorry to everybody for missing those last couple weeks, but these are all manual. We do it manually. It's not automated. We don't have a smart contract that does this for us. So we're
Yeah, we use
humans. We got
this
errors
tool
sometimes.
that Wapaka made, so it's pretty fucking. It
Yeah, shout
definitely
out
makes
to
it a lot
Wapaka.
easier.
Thank you for that. It saves us a lot of time. We were doing this all in spreadsheets before. Like I was manually calculating a spreadsheet and I taught Mark how to do it, but it was not like it was quick-ish in a spreadsheet, but it still took us like 5 to 10 minutes to do all the calculations each time because you had to like copy and paste all the values, and then you had to like
Yeah,
then we had the hard part is excluding your own wallets because like then you had to delete it and recreate the spread, like recalculate the spreadsheet, redo the values. But
yeah, that was really fucking irritating. But yeah, all right. So that's
Wapaka,
done.
I believe, also built the Immersis decks. Like Wapaka's been doing
Yeah.
great dev work, so shout out Wapaka. We appreciate independent developers on Wax who, free of charge, didn't charge us anything for this. Like built us a tool because we needed it, and it benefits our community and it helps us, and like that's
And it
awesome.
looks
And
fucking dope.
people doing that on Wax are the best. And the fact that there's a bunch of people on Wax willing to do this is super cool. Like we're definitely fortunate. We get to work with talented people just by like existing in this space, and like yeah, I don't know. For as
Yeah,
much crap
it's really
that happens on Wax, like there are a bunch of really cool people, really talented developers like that care about the longevity of the network and are actually like building for Wax and aren't just like cash grabbing and stuff. So
yeah,
salty as we get, I feel like it's worth pointing out that there's people doing really cool stuff on Wax. Is a pretty great community behind all the nonsense.
right.
All right, so
damn.
do you want to go into your crypto market analysis?
Yes, I do. All right. For the next part here, I want to take a look at the market again. I like to look at the market once a week. So this is our once a week check-in. And this week we've been kind of going just sideways, completely ranging again. I guess I lost our lines last week because I cleared them out and I forgot to like undo what I did, and now it's like lost forever, which is annoying. But I guess I can go back and redraw and support levels I guess another time. But let's just use the indicators that we have here. So we haven't drawn anything. This is kind of a fresh chart. All we're using right now is the Bollinger Bands. And we're on the daily chart with the candles set to regular candles. So let's take a look. And then, of course, we have our SRSI and the OBV as our kind of secondary indicators here to the chart. So this week we again kind of got a pump like 2 days ago. It kind of retraced again, is kind of like now finding support, maybe bouncing here, maybe not. We'll see. It's definitely a little oversold right now. So this would indicate maybe it'll find a bounce before it keeps selling off. We're also still above the middle Bollinger Band line, which is usually the spot where you would expect to bounce. But the main factor, in my opinion, here for the coming week for price action is going to be tomorrow's FOMC meeting, where the Federal Reserve is going to announce the next round of interest increases, or maybe not increases. We'll see. But whatever they announce, I think, is going to have a kind of pick a direction effect on this ranging that we've been seeing for the last 2 weeks or so. So I think definitely tomorrow we'll see some sort of like direction picked, which would be either are we bouncing off this middle B-band line for the daily, or are we going to lose support there and start selling off and, you know, potentially retesting this bottom from before we took off, which is around 1250 or so, which I guess we could draw that line in now. So to draw the line, I'm going to go click on this like little tool here on the right. There's a little right arrow, and I just want to go with a horizontal line. Then it's around 250, which is, you know, kind of here where you see all this price action hovering around this area. That'll be the little spot we're looking for. So we'll keep that red right now, because that's kind of like the level that we would expect to retest should we lose this middle Bollinger Band line, which is our current support. So let's add that line as well. So we're kind of around here right now. And since this one's current, let's just go with yellow and make it look like that. Okay, that's kind of the range that we're kind of looking to remain in. We kind of been trading in this range for a while. I mean, the range is a little bit wider from up here down to here, but we're looking for it to either, now stay in this top half of the range, drop back and retest, and then potentially make lower lows and keep its bear market, momentum going. So let's see what else is going to help inform our bias and our opinion on what we think is happening. It would be the on balance volume. So you can see here we have kind of two similar price range peaks in recent kind of history. So the last time we saw these kind of prices in Ethereum market was November 2022. And here we go on the on balance volume during that same price action. We were kind of in the same range here for on balance volume. I'd say in the recent pump, we had a little bit of a higher high. So when the on balance volume is making higher highs and higher lows, it indicates a accumulation of the asset that is trading, like the underlying asset that we're looking at, and indicates kind of early signs of a swap in sentiment from bear to bull. So we do kind of, if this is kind of a very small higher high, but it is a higher high in the same kind of price range. You can see the top of these candles are still in line with the wick tops of the previous, which is kind of here. So it's not that we made a much higher high in price, but we do have a slightly higher high in on balance volume. So what we want to see is, as this drops again, which it's starting to trend down a little bit, is it going to make a higher low as well? So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But for now, it could be considered kind of flat. So another way to kind of help inform this bias is right now we're looking at Coinbase's order book. So we can come up here and change to look at some other order books and see if the unbalanced volume matches. Is it making higher highs on Binance too? Let's take a look. And you can see it's very similar deal on Binance. Maybe a slightly higher high, but pretty much even. Let's take a look at another big market here. We got Bitstamp. Let's see that one. Actually failed to make a higher high. So this on Bitstamp, you can see it's not making a higher high. That would be not confusing. This is effectively not signaling any kind of change in our sentiment. And this on Bitstamp, this on balance volume would be in line with the continuation of a bear market. So let's take a look at some other charts here. How about Kraken? Same on Kraken. You can see on Kraken, it's not actually making a higher high or not even matching the previous high, despite the price action being the same. Again, that's a bearish indication. And let's take a look at one more. How about, is Gemini on here? Yeah, Gemini. I like to trade on Gemini. Same with on Gemini, clearly not making higher highs. So if we kind of like aggregate that information across all those big marketplaces like Coinbase and the others, I would say maybe we are flat or making not necessarily higher highs, because the higher high we were looking at was at Coinbase, and it's barely higher, whereas several of the other charts we looked at had a pretty distinctly not higher highs, or not even matching highs. So kind of looking at all those different markets to clarify this picture, I still don't think this is as bullish as it looks on this chart, because the other marketplaces that trade Ethereum don't also reflect that. So let's take a look really quick at the Bitcoin market and see what that one's looking like. Here you can see the unbalanced volume is starting to make higher highs as well. We're looking again at Coinbase, but it's also higher highs in light of higher prices. So here's the last time we saw those prices, and you can see it's pretty even again. This kind of peak here is close, and even that is very even to what we're at right now on balance volume. This isn't really an exciting indication to me that we're flipping, so I'm still very much cautious and waiting to know what the direction this market's going to pick will be, mostly informed by tomorrow's FOMC meeting. We're still kind of trading in line with the SPY, I would say. And if the SPY is rejected here, where it's also a little overbought, you can see, and clearly just trending down on the on balance volume, like very clearly. So the SPY still looks very bearish to me. I don't think we're going to be starting to make a higher high, which we are starting to come up on a double top here, if you will, if you're looking at the daily chart like this. I don't think we're going to make it back up to here. And even if we did, I would say we'd get rejected here at the very like most, just based on some of these indicators. And I think when this chart turns down again, which again could be right here, especially informed on tomorrow's information, then I think it will kind of be a catalyst for the crypto markets as well. And since lately we've been seeing wax kind of decoupled from that same price action, let's look at the wax chart too really quick. So looking at the wax on the daily, we can see that the pump in the recent few weeks here is chilling out a bit and retesting the middle Bollinger Band line on the daily. So this is where we would expect to find support. We'll have to see again what happens in the next 24 hours or so, but this is a nice spot for us to probably bounce again. We can see the on balance volume climbing aggressively, and then the stock RSI kind of still in the middle of its range here, not quite oversold, clearly not overbought anymore either. So wax is about to test its resistance point here, or its support level here, I will rather say. And that support level is kind of in line with previous support, which would be, here's the main bulk of that support at the average of this cluster, and then kind of at the peaks of these candlesticks would be the top of the previous range. So the previous resistance is the current support level. That's very in line with what we're expecting to see for this kind of like pattern on this chart. Again, wax within the buy targets of our initial assessment for the bear market, and it's still hard to say if the market is starting to turn or not, but you can see very clearly here also, since we first tapped that initial 8 cents kind of like target for buying, way back when, like I think this is back when like Celsius collapsed in May of 2022, so before like FTX, before all that nonsense, that was the lowest point on our on balance volume. Since then, you can see a rising on balance volume with a falling price. That's a very clear like bullish accumulation indicator. This kind of action can result in big like pumps up. Basically, this is like people buying on the way down and eventually not selling and making price, explode. We'll have to see how that goes across multiple markets as well. By checking again, let's take a look at Binance. Clear accumulation happening on the on balance volume at Binance. Let's take a look at Qcoin, is actually where we just were. So Qcoin, we also saw that trend. Bitrex is a marketplace based in the United States that has wax listed as well. It is a little more flat at Bitrex. I wouldn't call that as clear of an accumulation kind of look. Let's see what's another big exchange that I recognize from this list. Let's take a look. How about Huobi? I've heard of this one. I'm not so sure what their deal is, but you can see clear accumulation happening on Huobi's books as well. So wax has a lot more of a bullish kind of like undertone with its on balance volume just rising across a lot of markets while the price is clearly dropping. That is the kind of indicator that you're getting a lot of buying pressure from people at these low prices, but the price is dropping still, meaning that buy pressure eventually results in some type of price explosion when those people stop selling and trading. Usually it's just an indicator, helps to kind of bias an opinion. So we were looking at wax as like a target. At least I was looking at wax as a target to buy around 8 cents. We're still under that target now, and I think that 8 cent mark is going to be a decent resistance level, but we are now hitting and testing our first support after this run up that we've had after a pretty devastating kind of crawl down for a long time. So let's see what happens with wax there. I think tomorrow's meeting is gonna make the markets go down, honestly, because I'm looking again at the SPY, and I think the SPY is going to lead the charge here and act as a catalyst for crypto and altcoin markets. So personally, I think this week we're going to see the markets go down a little bit, cool off on this rally. But it's also an interesting side note here to note that the crypto prices in the market right now here, if we go like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the general like altcoin markets, have recovered to around like pre FTX collapse price range. So this is FTX collapse here in November, and it's interesting to note that that was absorbed by the crypto markets pretty quickly, considering what a massive operation that was. And there's quite a few like things coming out about, like which wallets were involved in what kind of like transactional shenanigans. Like if you've been following, there's an on-chain report that was released that showed that like the FTX and Alameda wallets were involved with the depegging of ST ETH on Curve, and then that depegging led to insolvency issues for Celsius. It's a very interesting kind of like almost coordinated effort to like bankrupt some of these competitors, and a trail of blockchain like sleuthing that kind of points a finger at that's what was going on. But yeah, let's take a look now at so the market. I think we're waiting for tomorrow's news on the FOMC meeting, and then I think we'll pick a direction. Personally, I don't think the FOMC meeting can do anything other than raise interest rates to help combat inflation. I'm not so sure that the inflation like decrease numbers that we see are a super accurate depiction of the real picture, because those numbers are I don't know, late. I would say like it's hard to get a clear picture of what's actually happening. And then unemployment numbers are a little bit skewed because there's a lot of like big tech companies and big corporate kind of companies that are laying off staff, while there's a lot of like retail level jobs or grocery store style jobs hiring aggressively. So the unemployment rate not changing much doesn't necessarily represent the reality of the picture, which is people not making the money they used to make and goods getting more and more expensive.
These Comic Standing says that Google just fired 12,000 plus employees.
Yeah, exactly. So like you get those jobs that people lose there are relatively high paying like career style jobs, and it doesn't hit the metric, like the bottom line metric when people report on unemployment numbers isn't informed by like, sure, there's not a huge increase in unemployment, but there's a huge increase in shitty jobs held by people that used to have better jobs. And that is an economic strain that basically, I don't know, more and more people I think are having a hard time paying their bills. And the only way to combat that kind of stuff is increasing interest rates on borrowed money at least that's how the Fed deals with that stuff. So my guess is we're going to see the interest rate increase on a federal level again, and we're probably going to hear something about how these increases aren't going to stop. And I think the market's going to react by people like hedging their positions into cash. Cash is really not that terrible when the interest rates are going up. You can currently take your cash to your bank and get a CD, which stands for certificate of deposit. And I think last time I checked, the 13-month CDs were paying about 4.7%, meaning that you deposit cash at a bank, and 13 months later you get your cash plus 4.7% back. You can't touch it for those 13 months, but after the 13 months, I mean, it's just a very standard CD kind of process.
I can also tell you
4% is a lot.
Not financial advice. Bank of America is probably not going to invest your money into Solana and a bunch of other chains like FTX did. So,
these are
percentage
FTX
might be a little lower
positions.
if you stick your money in a bank, but they're regulated in a way that they can't just go fucking like invest your money into some fucking shit coin and then collapse and be like, sorry, all your money's gone, which has happened in crypto a bunch in the last couple of years. So cash is looking more enticing to people.
The kind of nutshell reason why cash is not a terrible investment, I would say, in a time of recession is exactly that. The issuing authorities for cash like the Federal Reserve in the United States or the European Central Bank in Europe, will increase interest rates, making it more expensive to borrow that cash, and not for you or me or whatever, although it does affect you and I on our banking level, but the bank borrowing cash is now paying much more interest to the Federal Reserve for that cash. So instead of buying expensive cash that way, they'll offer you, slightly less, and that's how you're getting 4.7% interest on a cash deposit or a certificate of deposit. But yeah, like a cash, like a CD, which is again 4.7% in 13 months on cash, in cash, when assets are potentially going to lose value, stock assets and like derivatives or whatever else, equity that you're holding, potentially property. Then you end up with people trying to sell those equity assets to get cash, to use the cash to lend it to their banks, in lieu of the Federal Reserve, and then they can get their cut of that interest. But that's the recession risk. There is, the higher you raise interest, the more you make cash attractive. The more attractive cash is, the less attractive equity assets are. The less attractive equity assets are, the more the prices of stocks and equities decrease. So we'll have to see how all that plays out. But I do think we're going to see an increase in the interest rates. I think there's also there's negative interest rates in European like bank accounts to some degree, like I've been reading about, which is insane to me.
Wait, what?
I would,
There's negative interest if you give your money to a bank?
yeah, like if you have $1,000, then like at the end of the
Fucking
month,
put your money in
they'll
a
charge you
safe at that
something.
point.
Yeah,
Like,
and
buy
then
a
there's
safe
like
if they're gonna take your money from you. We have
it's
a couple comments I
nuts.
want to get through.
Yeah, let's
Least
go.
Comic Standing said,
Kind of
this
covered
is
what
kind
we
of in
were.
relation to what I was saying. You can lose 10% to deflation or 99% to crypto and a bridge hack. So choose wisely.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
The book said I invested all my money in Blue Wizards tokens. He's told me I'll have a Lambo soon. Good luck with that. That's a joke.
Nice.
If you don't know, the Blue
Fingers
Wizard is
crossed
a
for
known
you.
scammer on wax. Do not buy anything from the Blue Wizard. He is most likely trying to scam you. So it's a joke for those of you who are not as initiated into the wax culture. M611S says, be happy if you get any percentage. In Germany, we get barely nothing.
Yeah,
Is that
exactly.
based
Like
on the
Germany and
banks?
Europe, there's negative interest rates on certain like account balances in Germany.
Germany has better taxes for crypto and stuff, though, right? Like,
It's taxed like when you enter and exit between fiat and crypto mostly. It's not like in America when like you buy an NFT that you have to pay taxes on like, the crypto value in US dollars at the time of the sale or some bullshit. So
let's
yes,
see.
it's much
Prince
more.
Paradox says, what about investing? He said is large cap, but I think in large cap or holding real estate derivatives.
I think so. Real estate, here's an interesting thing for real estate.
M611 says better. You have to pay taxes when you die. How does that work?
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, there's estate taxes, but that doesn't apply to people with less than like $14 million worth of shit. So most people aren't affected by that.
I feel like when I'm dead, like you can have my money. I'm dead. I'm not gonna be
You can
using
do whatever you want. This is, by the way,
I also
so
don't have
how
a family and stuff, though. I'm sure that statement is a lot different when you have kids and you're trying to like, make sure they have a safe feature. I don't have any offspring, so I'm like, when I'm dead, I don't give a fuck what happens to my money because I'm gone and I don't got no fucking offspring that I need to take care of.
This is the Case Shiller 10 city composite price like for housing markets. And I just added a custom indicator that I made. But you can see this is the price like average of a house across like the 10 city like that this chart represents. And
Do you know what cities are in there?
I can look it up, but it's like the
It's not
10
that
major
important. I'm just
cities.
curious if
It's
you do.
yeah,
Like,
it's like
is it
it's
like
like
New
New
York,
York,
LA, or is it?
Chicago, LA,
So it's
like
very
San Francisco,
very
like Seattle,
dense,
maybe. Yeah, it's like the
expensive
major cities.
housing. It's not like what's the housing in fucking Alabama where nobody owns houses. It's like big,
Yeah,
dense cities.
you can see this goes all the way back to 1987. The data for this information, and it doesn't do such absurd shit very often. And it looks like we are kind of topped out on the crypto, or I'm sorry, on the real estate like upswing, and are possibly, especially using the indicator here, it very rarely is faked out with a bear print here. So getting a bear print with my little indicator script definitely makes me bearish on
And you generally see like house prices go up as the stock market goes down, is like people are moving money out of the stock market into the housing market, or are they not related like that?
So it depends a lot more on the interest rates. The more higher the interest goes, the more expensive it becomes to buy houses, basically, because people aren't buying houses outright unless they're like, real people aren't paying. Like if you're buying a $500,000 house, you're not dropping $500,000 on that transaction.
Yeah, you're paying the
Paying a
mortgage.
mortgage over like 30, 20 years or something like that, So
Yeah, so you're buying a house when the interest rates are lower, so you can afford to pay them off. I
yeah,
get it.
and in the United States specifically, you lock your interest rates in when you purchase a house. So there's a lot of houses that were refinanced during like the COVID 0% interest rate times, where people are paying, like let's say like 2% on their mortgage, and now that interest rate is like 6%. So you have all these people who have refinanced houses that they're currently living in or they currently own, and as interest rates increase, you basically remove those houses from the market, because there's no reason anyone would sell a house that is like, unless they basically run into insane, like that should be your last ditch thing to sell your house if you have it refinanced at like a 2% or less mortgage rate, because that rate is going to keep going up and up and up as the Federal Reserve increases interests, and you've offloaded the risk of that increase in interest onto the bank by refinancing.
You're basically grandfathered into the lower rate, right?
Exactly, and that's the only type of debt that I'm aware
It's
of.
like it's like forever stamps. You buy your forever
Exactly, yeah,
stamp.
exactly,
The
yeah.
rate stays.
Right, you got your it doesn't matter what it goes up to. But what that means for the next buyer, though, is that like a $500,000 house that you bought at 2%, if I want to buy, let's say that same house drops in value to like 400,000 or 450 or something like that, but I'm buying it with 6% interest over that same 20 or 30 or whatever year your mortgage term is, you're paying much, much more. So every month your mortgage payment is higher, even though you bought the house for less, because the interest makes that difference go up. So it makes this weird, like it makes this weird basically balance equation on the housing market, where the prices of houses might come down, but the cost of buying them isn't going to change. Is kind of like the weird catch-22 here with as interest rates increase. So it's hard to say. I feel like the housing market has had an unbelievable run from like, what is this? So by the way, here you can see an interesting thing to look at. The kind of last time the housing market peaked aggressively, 2006. So a lot of people considered the housing market collapse to be 2008. And that 2008 is already well after you see that peak in the housing market or in the housing prices here. So same deal goes with like, so 2008 you had the collapse, and then you didn't have the end of that collapse, the very bottom of that, until 2011. So these markets don't rebound quickly, like, or start dumping and then it's just like, oh quick, it's gonna just bounce here and keep climbing. I mean, they very rarely will do something like that. And these, this information takes months and months to start changing this picture. So it's interesting, I feel like, to see when this like price line here crosses our middle Bollinger Band line and starts closing, or starts printing, since it's not candles, just starts printing below that middle line. That'll be a very strong confirmation for us that we have seen the top of the housing market and before, like in this cycle, and that you'd get a bear kind of market, which would almost certainly come back down to at least 40-50% of the current housing market values. So the nice thing about when you own a house as equity, like, and you buy a home, you can live in that house, so if you've refinanced your house and you're paying like an affordable mortgage on it, and the value of the house goes down, like that doesn't matter to you, because you have your mortgage locked at what your mortgage is locked at, and you then live in the house, and so you're getting value from it in that way. You could also, I mean, a lot of people will make that argument, and I think there's a decent counter argument to be made to that point, which is the house is also a liability. Like, things that go wrong with your house are your responsibility. So like, you could have a leaky roof, or your like water heater could, explode, or your pipes could burst. And that could easily become a very, very expensive fix.
Also stuff like if you have to pay a mortgage on a house and you get stuck in the low interest rate and don't want to sell it and stuff, and then like you get a job offer somewhere else, then like you're kind of tethered to this fiscal thing. Kind of a sidetrack thing. I wanted to shout out Kitty here. Kitty is a streamer on Wax. If you're not following Kitty, you should follow her. She streams poker. She gave out some of her prizes at a poker match a week or two ago. Also a Warsaken streamer. And at some point, we'd love to do a collab stream and get Kitty on here to play some Warsaken. That'd be fun. I know Max has a deck, and Max likes some card games. I think maybe we should move towards the Wax DeFi stuff. Did you get a pretty good overall look at the market?
Yeah, I think so. So the big takeaway from the market assessment here is we're clearly finding our support level for Ethereum, and therefore the like kind of like crypto alt market. And we're waiting now to see. Probably the news tomorrow is going to help us pick a direction. I think that direction is down still in the longish term, or the medium term at least. It's down. Long term, I think it goes up. And then before we move into Wax DeFi, I just wanted to touch on one other tech topic for today, which is I wanted to talk about the merger for Ethereum. So Ethereum had a merger recently and is now a proof of stake blockchain similar to Wax, where you stake. In Wax we stake and we delegate our stake to a block producer. And in hold on, let me pull up this website. Ultrasound.money. And in Ethereum, you can stake to act as a block producer validator node effectively. You get a cut of Ethereum transactions for doing that, but there is no way to unstake your Ethereum once it's staked, the way that the Ethereum market currently operates. But another side of that is that as Ethereum is transacted in this post-merger world, now that Ethereum is a proof of stake blockchain, a cut of every transaction's fee is burned. So here's a nice website kind of like that visualizes that burn. And you can see that currently the supply growth of Ethereum is negative. So the Ethereum blockchain is currently a deflationary.
That's huge.
And this is based on the last day. So if we can go back the last 30 days, you can see still it is a deflating because of the amount of transactions. You can come here and see also like which protocols on Ethereum are burning all that Wax. So it's mostly Uniswap. I'm sorry, that Ether, not Wax, but OpenSea also.
Discussion in the like, I'm now in like the Wax developer chats and like the chats that the Wax core team actually talks, and the people that are like building stuff on the blockchain, and like making Wax a deflationary token is kind of like one of their largest goals right now. Because like a big thing with Wax is like Lucas says, like he said a bunch of times, he's like, we've been talking to OpenSea. We were in talks with OpenSea in 2021 about like using Wax as a token on OpenSea, but like they basically just stopped talking to Wax because Wax is not a top market cap token. They're like, we basically only fuck with top 30 market cap tokens. Wax is not. So like Wax is trying to figure out how do we make our market cap higher, and they're sort of like, as long as we're inflationary, our market cap's never going to go up. So like a big thing they're trying to focus on now is like how to adjust Wax to be more sustainable, so the price is going up, so our market cap can climb, and then we'll be taken more seriously by like developers and investors, because they're like, it's hard to even attract developers to Wax because we're such like everybody's looking for top 30 market cap. They're like, I want to build on a blockchain with lots of money, not some rinky-dink blockchain. So like that's been a big behind the scenes thing. So it's super cool that Ether figured it out, that they're now deflationary, because that's huge for like storing value in your token.
So this is also an interesting, so this is a 2-year chart of the Ether inflation rate, and you can see this is flipping now to deflationary since the merge. So you can see it has been inflationary as its entire life. So that's just an interesting thing to. I don't know that this is really priced in yet to Ethereum, like the understanding of the actual like deflationary supply of an asset like this. It's just something interesting. I want to pull up. This is a cool little visualization of all that data, and you can even see it here. How it's been deflationary currently. It was inflationary, and it depends on the amount of transactions going through the network. The other thing I wanted to mention here is after the merge happened, which it has now, the next phase for Ethereum's upgrade, like progress here, it'll be the deployment of, I think it's called the Shanghai upgrade. And that is going to include the ability for staked Ethereum to unstake and become liquid again. So when this goes live in the next, let's say, like, who knows, few months, there will be the ability for these locked staked Ethereum token assets to become unlocked and circulate again, which might have a impact on price, as people who have been locked and staked for years at this point may for the first time have access to potentially cashing out of those positions. Now it's just interesting to know that this is happening, so just be aware that that's happening in the coming.
We have a couple questions. Somebody said how, and they're asking how to earn by transactions. I'm not exactly sure what you said, but did you say something about earning in transactions? And then the second question was, any idea when this lock stake becomes unlocked?
So yeah, so the earning by transactions is the way that you earn from Ethereum is to like stake, and at this point indefinitely stake, because there's no going back, your Ethereum, and then staking it and effectively delegating it to a block producer in the same way.
So they're never going to allow you to unstake Ethereum?
At this point, there is no way to unstake, but that's what I'm saying.
Well, like, are they planning on incorporating that, or are they just like your Ether is fucking locked forever? Because that seems crazy.
Yeah, so the new update, the next big milestone update, which is the Shanghai update, is including the ability to unstake Ethereum. So that'll be the first time Ethereum that had been staked, and again, staking has been available thanks to the Lido DAO, which is a protocol that launched way before the stake net.
Here's a question. This is speculation too. This is not something you can definitively prove, and it will maybe be more definitively provable once the unstaking period comes. But do you think there's a chance that Ethereum is only deflationary because people can't unstake it and sell it, and a bunch of it's locked that can't be sold? Do you think that's adding to the deflationary, and like maybe it'll start dumping when it's unlocked, or what do you think about that?
Yeah, that's definitely like the speculation I was trying to like throw out. Is like it's entirely possible that making basically giving this inflow of new liquid Ethereum, or not new liquid, but liquid Ethereum that hasn't been able to be moved.
Some of that stuff's been locked for a while too. Like my dad locked his into Coinbase like 2 years ago. Like Ether 2.0 is coming out soon, so like there might be people that have been trying to sell Ether for a long time that have not been able to, that will be able to.
And they can still be deep in profit too. Like 2-3 years ago, Ethereum wasn't that expensive. It's like $2,600 or something. It was like maybe like 800 or something when your dad locked it. Now it's like 1,800.
So, I think to clarify, Matt is saying if you're in a liquidity pool, you can earn per transaction for said pool. Now we're saying like, but we're saying like when you stake Ethereum, because Ethereum is now a proof of stake network. So by staking to the network, you can earn Ethereum, right? That's what you're talking about from earning from transactions, or am I misunderstanding that?
No, that is correct. So there is.
So we're talking about staking to the. It's like staking wax to CPU, and you can earn that way. For Ethereum, it's not like entering a liquidity pool because there's no counterpart risk. Like you're not pairing your Ethereum with another token. So it's much more like staking wax to CPU, but on Ethereum, their CPU is just Ether, like just the gas. So it's basically like CPU is what I would say.
Mostly the people that, or the way that I would stake, if you wanted to stake your Ethereum, I would do it through the Lido protocol, because basically what happens is you sign the transaction to stake your Ethereum, and you get, let's say you stake 2 Ethereum, so you'd get back like 2 ST Ethereum. And then the ST Ethereum is a liquid token in your wallet that you can, trade back into regular Ethereum if you want. But if you don't trade it back, its value is effectively whatever Ethereum is plus the money that you're earning for staking it. So
that's almost like
if you did
Harmony's whole like wrapped situation.
It's exactly, Harmonies is a fork of that. Yeah, Harmonies is a fork of Lido. and Lido is like the main, where like there is an asset on the here. I can just pull it up. It's on Curve.fi. So Curve is one hell of a liquidity
And hot
protocol.
damn, Prince Paradox says he has locked over 250 Ether on Coinbase. It's a shit ton
Let's
of Ether,
go.
buddy.
Yeah, so you'll be able to unlock that in the future. But let's see. So you could take ST.ETH. It is staked ETH, and if you have one of these right now, it is, oh, look at that, it's slightly off peg, and it had been off peg actually for a minute, but it should be worth more than 1 Ethereum, because it should be worth the Ethereum plus the staking rewards. In the future, when this becomes unlockable, there may be a way for you to take ST.ETH, go to the Lido protocol, and ask them to just use to unlock that amount versus trying to swap it through this pool. And at that point, you would, create arbitrage opportunities between this. But because there is no way to unlock staked ETH at the moment, the only way to transact is through this this liquidity pool on Curve, which this pool is it's not a chump change pool. Like there's $1.6 billion worth of Ethereum in this pool.
Thank you for the sub, Rob. Also, like my speculation would be the reason the price doesn't drop is because like anytime that price drops way below 1 Ether, people are going to buy it because when you can unwrap it, it's basically a one-to-one trade. So like people with patience that don't need the money now can keep scooping it as it drops below what it should be worth, and that's basically like auto profit when it does become unlockable. But you have to have the patience and not need to unlock it until then.
Exactly. And there's a lot of like when Coinbase stakes Ethereum, like they maybe are also using, ST.ETH and the Lido protocol, because it's a really solid way to, stake your Ethereum, but still have access to that Ethereum, because you still have the ST.ETH, which you could now, you could stake your Ethereum. It'll be ST.ETH. You'll earn the yield that you should be earning for it. And then you can come and go, well, let's say like to AAVE finance.
The book is asking, he said, he just posted a chart where he said in 2023, tokens worth 102 billion will be unlocked. The highest locked value includes XRP, FIL, and OP, but it does not include Ethereum, which is why he's wondering, like, why is that not more widely known, I guess, if Ethereum's becoming unlocked?
It's
I don't know when this
because
chart you sent me was made, but maybe this chart was made before they knew that this thing was happening this year. Because, like,
let's see. This is the look, Shanghai update.
This is also way above my like Max knows about this stuff. I'm learning as much as other people are, so I can ask the question to Max, but I don't have any answers.
So over 16 million Ethereum is planned to unlock through this update, and it's March 2023 is the tentative date for that.
13% of its total supply. That's a lot.
It's an ass load. So this isn't not a small amount of ETH, and it's an insane amount of value. 16 million times, this is billions and billions of dollars.
Can devs do something?
Thank you for the subscription. The book, we appreciate it.
Here's what you do with your ST.ETH. Since you've now staked your ETH, right? You can come to a markets, like a money market like this, and you can deposit ST.ETH to then either earn from the, let's see, where's the ST.ETH? Here, this is it. WST.ETH. So it's wrapped ST.ETH. So you'd have to wrap it first. But you can then deposit it, and then it's earning the stake rewards, plus it's earning, whatever tiny amount here. But you can use this then as collateral to take loans in any of these other tokens. So effectively, you could stake your Ethereum, wrap it, and then deposit it into a money market, and then you could borrow, let's say, stablecoin against it. So you can still access the value of your token while participating in Ethereum staking. That's the reason why Lido protocol is so big. That's the reason why this pool is worth $1.6 billion. But yeah, so that's a very interesting development. I just wanted to mention that that's something that's happening. March is the tentative date, so these dates can change, but it will unlock 16 million Ethereum. So let's take a look at how much that is. ETH in USD really quick. I should just pull up a calculator. 16 million That's 100,000 million, 25 point, almost $2 billion. So $25 billion worth of Ethereum. I don't think there's going to be many bigger unlocks of assets than this happening this year. And yeah, I don't know that people are super duper aware of all this stuff because a lot of the chatter about this is in like
I
dev
literally
form.
didn't know that was happening until today. Like,
Yeah,
I also didn't know.
figured
Like,
that's not
I
like the
assumed
super.
before the merger you couldn't unstake your Ether 2.0. That made sense to me. I just assumed you could unstake Ether 2.0 right now. I didn't even know you couldn't.
Oh
So
yeah, you still cannot.
that's news
No.
to me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that's the next like level up for Ethereum. You're going to be able to unstake your staked positions, and you're going to be able to the next introduction to like the upgrade of that blockchain is going to bring shards, which is similar to how Harmony operates. And a sharded proof of stake network should be much cheaper to transact on. So I'm
Tune
looking
has a
forward.
question, and I'm not sure how to calculate this. I would learn from you, I guess, if you do. But he said, how much
Sure.
would the unlock dump the price if everyone sell immediately? Like, can you calculate what would happen to the market cap if people just sold 25 million or $1 billion worth of it?
That is tough because there's so many
Yeah, because
markets
the
for
liquidity is split through
liquidity.
all the
It's
markets, so
so
you can't
split.
just do a trade through one market because you'll have slippage. So, like, it'd be very hard to, like, you'd have to, like, do 1 million and or a billion and 25 different exchanges and see how much slippage there is and stuff. I feel like that's a pretty hard like
Yeah,
math problem to solve.
we can take a look really quick at like Uniswap because
I
we just
mean,
saw.
I guess what you can quickly say is you can just say how much it would affect the market cap. You can just subtract from the market cap, but that wouldn't necessarily tell you what each token is worth.
Right. So let's see. Right.
Yeah,
now,
the problem with that math problem is also that we can't calculate demand. Like, we can calculate supply, but demand is constantly changing. So the price is not. I mean, the price is worth whatever people are willing to pay for it. So, like,
so as a metric, just an overview metric to base that off of, the total value locked in all of Uniswap is $3.3 billion.
so it's less than what's being unlocked.
It's
right?
like 10%. It's like, yeah, because it's 25 billion. That would.
I also don't realistically think everyone's going to sell their Ethereum. Like, some
Oh, hell
people
no.
definitely will. And then the other thing is, like, if a bunch of people sell, that's a buying opportunity and people will buy because
Exactly.
the price dumps so much. So, like, there's way too many variables to like even if we figured out the answer to your question, like, that's never actually going to happen. Like, 100% of people sell
Yeah.
Ethereum and nobody buys back in. Like, the price is going to go crazy if everybody sells because people are going to buy back in from the people selling. And then, yeah, you'll just see a lot of fluctuation.
Yeah, it's definitely like, it's just something to be aware of. You know, it's something that's out on the horizon. And also, along with those unlocks come much reduced fee costs and like more ability to operate, you know, on that blockchain. So
June says, yeah, I'm
like,
thinking about getting ready to buy in March. Honestly,
yeah,
might not be a horrible idea. Also, like, hard to say, but it does look like the crypto markets could be turning around sometime in the next 6 months to a year, more so than they have been in the past. So, could be not a horrible time to buy back in. We, of course, do not give financial advice. We'll not tell you when to buy back into the market, but what we try to do is give you the tools to decide for yourself. Like, we try to, you have the same information we have. You have the same information everybody has. Everybody has access to information. How can you use that information to decide what to do best with your money? That's what we try to teach here, more so than like specifically, this is when you should buy, this is when you sell. That's all up to you. But what we will do is give you the tools to help figure that out for yourself.
Here's a good chart to keep in mind, and that is the weekly chart for Bitcoin. So if you look at the weekly chart with your Bollinger Bands indicator, it definitely has a lot of very clear resistance levels around the middle line. And very recently, we've crossed that middle line. And now we're trying to see if we can bounce on this middle line on the weekly check. So we're waiting. Each one of these candles represents a full week. So it's going to take possibly several weeks to see what happens. Even if we do sell back down to below 20K for Bitcoin, if we bounce at this level, that isn't necessarily an indicator that the bear market's back on either. So we got to keep an eye on this kind of stuff now that we're seeing, especially on the weekly chart. We're starting to see, full weeks closing above the middle line. And again, we're looking for higher highs. And we are kind of seeing that on the weekly chart. But remember, we we got to check multiple. And here we're not necessarily getting the same picture. Binance, let's see. Okay, kind of climbing. So yeah, looking at basically zooming out on these charts, doing like a weekly chart is a great way to kind of use some of these tools, like these indicators of like how's the Bollinger Band like relative to the current price. Where is the support? And like right now, it's like, okay, we're clearly hitting like a resistance level. This has been kind of the peak of these last few rallies. It's kind of getting rejected. That candle is starting to turn red, which, by the way, a candle turns red when its current price is lower than its starting price. So the way that the candles draw is that, you know, this green candle started here, ended here, and then the wicks on the top and the bottom were the price action that happened during that candle being open, but not, you know, where it closed. So if it pumped higher, like a big candle wick, let's see if we got one here with a wick. This candle, for example, opened here for the week, closed the week here, but during the week, the price went all the way down to here. So it went down there, closed here. So that's how these candles are drawn. But keeping all that stuff in mind, we are getting, we're starting to see some early signs of, you know, potentially flipping the trend, but it's also potentially a fake out, kind of like a bear or a bull trap, trying to trap us into like this false sense of like, oh, you know, the bulls are back in town. Let me throw some money at this and make a quick buck. And then that all gets, you know, sucked back out. And those games get easier and easier as the price falls lower and lower, because the liquidity available on these networks and on these books is lower and lower as people like sell down, and, you know, some people accumulate. And that's kind of like what you see, as well as like big whales are accumulating. But let's transition now over to Wax and take a look at how our Wax blockchain DeFi moves are working. So I'm going to come over first things first on DeFi Box and take a look at our wallets. So we were one position we have been keeping. It started as like 100 Wax a few weeks ago. At this point, the one that we're looking at now here on DeFi Box was 100 Wax then, but Wax has climbed in price since. And since we're half exposed to USDT in this pool, we'll
This series in general is just to educate people on some of the DeFi options on Wax. A lot of Wax users are kind of new to crypto. It's like, yo, Wax is my first blockchain. I just wanted some Funko NFTs. But I always say the second you buy an NFT, that's a fungible token, a non-fungible token. That's a token. You are invested in crypto the second you buy any sort of NFT. So whether you like it or not, like, you're a part of this economy. So if you'd like to learn more about the options available on the Wax ecosystem, we kind of try to teach that through this series. And we started with 100 Wax probably like 6 months ago at this point. It's been a while. But each week we just do different moves to show how you could potentially turn 100 Wax into more than 100 Wax. We also always say, like, the goal of the series is to get more Wax. It's not to get more US dollars.
Yes.
So like having a goal is also important, because like, yeah, just like making trades without having a goal is how you're gonna end up losing stuff. Like knowing that I want more Wax, you can continuously move more towards Wax. And even if Wax is going down in US dollars and you're losing US dollars value, that's fine, because your goal is not to stack US dollar value. It's to stack Wax and then hold the Wax when Wax gets higher. So also, that is what we're doing here. So like, if your goal is to make more US dollars immediately, these strategies probably are not the best strategies for you, because we don't have the same common goal. So I guess I just want to make people aware of that if you're new to the series. So we're doing here. But there's actually like a lot of options where you can put game tokens on Wax and stuff. And it's like between Taco and DeFi Box, like there's some pretty cool stuff on Wax now.
Yeah, for real. So let's take a look at what we've done here. So this was 100 Wax like a few weeks ago, when we decided just to leave it for now as our hedge. As Wax climbed in value, we've sold some of our Wax and bought more USDT, I think, actually. Let me pull that up really quick here. If I go to the swap, then the liquidity tab, and scroll down, you can see we now have 39 Wax on the Wax side and 2.7 USDT. Still way up on the Wax side since we started this a long time ago, but that's nice. I think we should still leave this alone. This is kind of our like, what's that called? this is kind of like our hedge if wax does start to dump down aggressively. If we do lose, like let's say the FOMC meeting gets really aggressive interest hikes and we see a huge sell-off across the equity markets, then that sell-off will, have us using our USDT side to buy more wax. And since our goal is to end up with more wax, that's a very appropriate hedge because the second half of this investment is mostly exposed to wax and wax assets. And we're doing that on Taco Swap. So I'll have to pull up Taco Swap. Let's do that here. Taco Crypto is. And here I've added liquidity into 2 pools. So we have, let's see, NFTV and Wax, and we have Wombat Wax. So this week, from being in these pools, we've earned 0.111 NFTV, 90 Wombat, and some Taco. Almost, what is that, 0.05 Taco. Let's see. So we'll do this. I'll claim these tokens. This is L3. And then usually I like to, let's check and see what the yields are for these still.
Boulder Magic is asking us, when is the FOMC meeting?
That's tomorrow, Wednesday. Tomorrow morning, I believe. Let me see. Actually,
so we'll probably talk about the results of that on Friday, if I'm being honest. Thursday is kind of our non-crypto day. We're part of 2023 for Neon Space as we're trying to pivot into not only a digital collectible brand, but a physical collectible brand. We're going to start trying to go to conventions and selling like stickers and pins and physical versions of our artwork. But part of that is we're trying to onboard people who aren't necessarily into crypto. And so our streams, we're trying to have like one day a week where we're not just going over super intense technical crypto stuff. Because, if we meet someone that's like into collecting toys at a collector conference and they watch our stream, they might just have zero interest. So it's part of our 2023 strategy. If you're wondering why we do argue about food and stuff and a bunch of stuff that has nothing to do with wax or crypto, it's because we're kind of trying to like appeal to a larger collector base than just people that are interested in NFTs. And then the hope and goal is that once we get them into our physical stuff, then we can convince them to get into the NFT space and we can onboard them that way. But we do try to do stuff that's appealing.
Yeah, so it's starting today and it's tomorrow at 2 p.m. I think it ends, and there'll be like a press conference after that, and it's 2 p.m. Eastern times, like Eastern Pacific, like Ocean time.
Boulder Magic says, should it not be a second channel for non-crypto things? Neon Space is a collectible brand. Like we're a collectible brand before we're a crypto brand. Like just because we started making our collectibles as NFTs on the blockchain doesn't mean that's like the blockchain isn't the sole focus of Neon Space. It's us making artwork. And that's like Neon Space is us being friends making artwork. That is the brand. The fact that we're also into blockchain stuff and playing games is just a byproduct of us being on Wax and liking this stuff. But yeah, the brand's always been us making artwork. So I don't think that like us trying to do stuff besides crypto stuff should be on a different channel because we're into stuff besides crypto stuff. And this is our channel.
Let's see.
It's more like we do the same shows every day. So like if you don't like the food shit, just don't watch on Thursday. And if you like the crypto stuff, watch on Tuesday. Like we got theme shows, reoccurring themes every week. So you can tune into what you're interested in. And that's okay, Boulder. We're definitely into input, and I like to explain our reasoning. We have reasoning behind most of the stuff we do. We're not just like shooting from the hip entirely.
Yeah, there's a method to the madness.
The channel name does have NFT in it, which I don't know. I'm a little torn on that. It's like such part of our branding, but our website is just neonspace.io, and like our YouTube channel is just Neon Space, not Neon Space NFT. So like, and our LLC is actually Neon Space LLC. Like it's not Neon Space NFT LLC. So our company is actually Neon Space. It's not Neon Space NFT. But the only reason we're Neon Space NFT is because you needed 12 letters to make a collection on Wax, and Neon Space is 9 letters. So like we needed the extra 3 letters on there. Yeah. Anyway, back to Wax investing. I got derailed there.
I'm gonna sell our earnings this week into Wax. So I'm just selling NFTV token, and I'm selling the Wombat token that we made. And then I was looking at the current price action of Wombat over the month, you can see Wombat is in terms of wax down almost 30%. So we're definitely, I think we started with like 55 or so wax on each side of this. And yeah, so we're down from 55 to 48. So 55 would have been on both sides the value of the wax. So as the value of Wombat in wax goes down, so as the value of wax has been climbing, we've been losing the wax value of our position in this pool, which is not what we want. We want, like, ideally the interest or the incentives that we're making here. So if I click on staked on the meal tab here, let that load, this incentive, the APR we're getting paid, should offset and hopefully outpace the amount of decay that we're getting, but at a rate of 30% over the month, that is not going to keep pace with 165% APR. So I am swapping my Wombat currently just the rewards into wax, just to help like hedge that. So let's see, that's 3 wax that we're making off of about 100 wax. That's laying there, I think, because it's like 48 wax on both sides of that pool now. So not terrible. That's like 3% in a week, not bad. But I'm gonna close this. But our goal is to keep a big balance of or grow our balance of wax. So let's assess this really quick here. We have our liquidity. Let's see, got a meal and staked. I just want to see what other opportunities are there that might be a little bit more aggressive and less on the down trend at the moment. So I'll go to all and take a look at what comes up here. So 471% still quite aggressive. And we didn't really lose too much value from that pool this week. Let's take a look. Oh, Silver's EOS token. Okay. Oh, these are both the ZOS tokens. Interesting. So ZOS I'm familiar with, and these tokens, I do have some in my personal wallet. I'm not sure if I'd jump in to the pools at the moment, although 95 days is quite a bit, and it's nice to see ZOS adding some liquidity pools for their FT assets. So this is kind of dope. I didn't know this was a thing, so nice. Plus, kind of enormous yield that we're getting paid out in. Which token is that? That's Silver. Okay, they're paying in Silver. I imagine that's going to make the price of Silver pretty.
It honestly needed to happen though, because there's like,
yeah.
I mean, we saw how broken the game was. You need so much more silver that you could get, and the price to buy the silver didn't make sense to play the game. So like, they needed to flood the market with silver to make the PvP or like the boss fighting game more plausible to play. So I actually think this is good. It's like bad if you're just buying the token to hold value, but I wouldn't buy game tokens for store value. I'd buy them to play the game, and now you can get more tokens for less, so the game is more playable.
This has actually caused the price of Silver to pump 570%. Well, that makes sense because there's huge
immediately for the rewards, but it's going to dump afterwards.
Yeah. So if you are, bag holding Silver, this is definitely a nice pump to see. I'm not sure.
I spent all mine on the game like an idiot.
Right. So it's 720% up already. Probably not the best time to ape into this with our investment wallet here.
Also, the same people, like I bet you the guy who bought into MFT Gamer TV that sold out and dropped the price like 40%, I bet he just bought into this. It's like the same couple of people are hopping into, like, and it was the same guy who jumped into the CMW pool. Like that guy went from CMW to NFTV, and he's probably in Silver now. Like there's a couple of people in Wax who are just like pumping and dumping all these tokens that get high yields.
Yeah. I mean, it is a very high yield, but I don't know. I'm not so keen on jumping ship just yet here. What we could do is like split some of this, since we have lost a little bit of a value out of the Wax side of this pool.
And again, Wombat's dumping today.
Yeah, Wombat's pumping. Let's see. It had been dumping pretty.
Wombat is dumping, not pumping.
Okay, I was gonna say it has been dumping kind of a decent amount last.
Which is probably why you're losing Wax value out of that pool.
Yeah, Wombat. So yeah, so you can see it's that up in Wombat means down in this. So 8% down today on the back of a 13% week and a 30% month. So Wombat's been losing its value a little bit relative to Wax. I think a big part of this has to do with the fact that Wax pumped pretty aggressively and Wombat didn't immediately react to that. So this is kind of like a staggered reaction, in my opinion, to the climb that we saw.
Yeah,
In
because
the
you have to
Wax
remember
market.
also Wombat's cross chain, so there's going to be
Yeah.
arbitrage between chains as well. So
Exactly,
if Wax
yeah.
pumps and Wombat does not, you can arbitrage the price into Wax on multiple chains.
Yeah, that's kind of
Cat
what
the
I
Helper
think.
said, or Cat Helper, not Cat the Helper. I somehow way misread that. Says Realm pack coming soon, so RLM may pump a little. Realm's actually been dumping. Next season, they announced that the leaders earn half of the RLM passively than they used to. So a bunch of whales are really upset with RLM, and they're dumping all of their leaders and their realm. So I guess it's gone up a little bit, but it's gone down more than it has in a long time. Like it kind of always hovered around the same price, and then like in the last couple of weeks, it's gone much lower than that price than it has in months. But realm is kind of it's I don't know. They also said they're launching a new game, so like
Today,
yeah, if you look at the
4%
30-day price, it kind of always hovers around that like 0.01. Like that's what it's been for like a long time. And then like when they announced that the leaders were going to earn less, that's when you saw this massive sell off. More so because usually when in the other seasons you see what's happening now, which is the price actually pumps when people are trying to buy the packs and stuff. But like this is the first time I saw at the end of the season the price was dumping way harder. But they also said they're launching a new game. Like they're going to launch a new game for a new use case for Realm, and they also said they're going cross chain. So who friggin' knows? Like it's like maybe it'll go up, maybe it'll go down. I don't know. All I know is they've pissed off some of the biggest buyers in their game, which is not a good sign. It's like what happened to our planet when they pissed off Van. When you piss off your biggest investor, not a good sign for the game. And Realmaholic is the top player of Realm, and he's very upset with the changes to Realm. And like he single-handedly can dump a lot of this price. So yeah, I guess just be aware of what's happening behind the scenes with Realm. Like they're having conflict with their community, and that can destroy the price of a token. So I don't really have any advice on that. I don't really even have a prediction. I'm still holding my Realm. I didn't sell it. I still have like 5,000 shilling. I'm just trying to stack it. I'm honestly trying to stack it to play the game because it's become harder to earn it to play the game. So I'm trying to get like a stash of realms. So next season, when you're earning less, I can still play. But it's hard for me to like imagine what's going to happen with the price because you'd imagine if they're distributing half the amount of realm and then they're not changing the amount it costs to upgrade shit, like the supply is going down by half and the demand isn't changing. So it should make the price go up theoretically. But that's not in practice how it works. Like in theory and practice are different things. So I don't actually know what's going to happen. And the other thing is they're introducing a new game, and you might be able to earn Realm in the new game. So if the game has broken tokenomics, that could further crash the price. But then on the other hand, if the other game takes Realm to buy the packs, and that becomes the biggest hype game on Wax, it could spike the price of Realm. So I could really see it going either way. Like one misbalance of the game can ruin the token economy. So introducing another game is a huge risk, but it also could be a huge reward if it ends up being a good game. So
I got
I don't have advice on that, but I did want to bring that up since you mentioned Realm. It's just they're kind of in a weird spot right now that's different than the last couple seasons because they made like a huge adjustment. Like half of the distribution of Realm passively is huge, which I mean, their argument is people shouldn't be able to earn for not playing. They're like, we want people to earn Realm more for playing, but then like platinum leaders were over $1,000. Like those were not cheap cards, and people are like, I bought them based on the return, which is 2x what you just did. So like you just halved the value of my card basically. And if other people that can play for free are going to be able to earn Realm with lesser rarity heroes, then like the highest rarity stuff is no longer as useful as it used to be. And that's a huge devaluing of the NFTs. So that's why the whales are upset, and that's why the whales are dumping. And it just can the small fish outpace the whales dumping, I guess, if us buying in.
I'm gonna use this boost. 11
How are we on the did we finish the 100 Wax investment?
Let's see. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do this week. I think I'm gonna let's let the Wax Wombat alone. Let's leave both of these alone and keep riding it, but let's not re-compound what we made this week. Let's just take that for wax, and let's move that into the USDT pool. So then if we do dump, we'll dump into more wax. But if we keep climbing, then at least we're exposed to the wax on the wax token side of things here. So I'm going to go to liquidity. I'm going to go to swap first here. Swap my wax into USDT. What? USDT. So I have 4, so I'm going to do 2. 0.06 is fine. Let's see. I guess here we should check the liquidity in every available market. So for 2 wax, I went in 0.1394 on DeFi box, while at the same time for 2 wax to USD T on here for 2 wax, I'm getting 1.23947. That's pretty much the same. For whatever, almost the same. And then let's see on DeFi box or on Taco Swap, if I'm trying to swap my wax here, you never know, you might get a better deal. USDT here, 2.39. Yes, that is a better deal. See, 2.394, 2.3947. Yeah, okay, let's just do it here. Slightly better deal. Let's go. Send. Again, closed. Right. All right. So now I can add this to my liquidity pool on DeFi box. Despite sourcing it somewhere else, I got a little bit of a better deal here. So I'm going to say add liquidity, and then click on this side. It's going to ask for the counterpart, which I can cover. So we'll send this in, and now we can chill in this pool for the rest of the week. So we're still earning rewards in both these pools now. I'm going to say return. Click on my, and let's see what we're at here now. So we're at 83 wax total on this one. And then we still have our 48 times 2 plus 4.5 times 2. And just to double check that those rewards are all going to continue for the full week. And we go back to the meal tab, click on staked to organize by that. And I can see we have 14 days left for the Wombat, 8 days left for Taco, and then 58 days left for the NFTV token rewards on this pool. So all of that works out for next Tuesday. We can reassess. 14 days left. If they don't renew this, that might also cause a liquidity kind of like dump event here. So let's keep an eye on the 14 days for Wombat. As far as I know, you can't currently bridge the Wombat token between the blockchains. I'm not sure if that bridge is live yet, but you can bridge between like Polygon and Ethereum chains. So when that bridge goes live, I think the price across all chains is going to equalize a lot more, and the opportunity for arbitrage is going to be a lot more constant. But until that bridge goes live, we should still look out for these types of liquidity events. If they stop paying rewards, we might be in a crunch here. So next week we might have to assess how we've done, especially considering, you know, the price of Wombat has dropped more aggressively than the APR is able to keep up with the counterpart of that risk. So we'll see how that goes by next week, and then maybe reassess that. But for now, I think that'll put us into a good position for the wax for next week and see how we do. We're still more than double what we started with, and we're also still sitting on a small position of honey tokens, just earning whatever they earn, their little basket of assets over at the NFT Hive. But yeah, I think that kind of covers what I wanted to mention here. Let me stop this share. But yeah, so let's see. Let's keep an eye tomorrow. I think it's going to be exciting to see the FOMC updates and see these markets kind of pick a direction. Like I said, I think the SPY kind of like is topping out here. I think when that starts to sell off, we're going to see a sell-off starting also in the crypto markets. But who knows? It's still sending kind of mixed messages. So keeping a closer eye on those metrics as they develop is kind of the play here. But I think tomorrow we're going to get some more clarity from the Fed, and that should help us pick a direction.
Let's see. I can't tell if this is refreshed. Was that 114,000 volume? Let's refresh. 139. So since we've been streaming, they've done another $25,000 in volume on the DC Titan Funko collection.
Let's go. That's wild.
Indigo
This is
is
also a
trying to
really
sell
cool
some
website.
shit.
This is a cool website to like snoop around for wax collections.
Let's see. The packs seem to be the same price, so even though more money's flowing through this market, it's still about $13 for standard pack, $37 for premium pack. I feel like that's about where most packs are in Funko drop day. What's that website? This is Wax Market Cap. Waxmarketcap.com. I believe it's made by NFT Hive. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff on this because you can do like it's looking at 24 hours. So we're looking at what just dropped, but you can do all time, and this is pretty fun because you can look at like Farmer's World is the #1 all-time collection on wax, which is kind of sad, but yeah, you can look through a lot of stuff. I also like looking at like the Horrors Ultra Rares, friggin' ranked 32 on wax. They've done almost $2 million in volume. They're dunking on Neon Space. I'll let you know that much. Neon Space NFT. We have done $58,000 in volume. But I will say the nice thing about us is if you look at sales versus drops, we've done $20,000 worth of drops and our aftermarket sold $37,000. So other people selling our stuff on that aftermarket have made more off of our collection than we have. We have not made more upfront on our sales than the aftermarket by almost like a 2-to-1. So drops are like 21 and we're closer to like 40,000 for sold. So that's like the metrics that I feel good about for our project. It's like a lot of the money flowing through our project is not going to us. It's going through our collectors, which is the whole point of this NFT thing is people are supposed to be able to sell it and make money off of it. And I feel like if only the project creators are making money, then you're fucking up your project. And like, I don't know, like I think it was Graffiti King I was looking at. It was like in sales he did. Which fucking one was it? He did 490,000 in drops and $300,000 in sales. So Graffiti King made more on his upfront drop than people did selling stuff on the aftermarket. And that's a sign that they fucked up their supply and the supply was too high. So there's no demand on the aftermarket and they printed the money and then fucked their community. So it's like, I don't know. There's a bunch of examples of projects that did that and we didn't do that. So I feel good about Neon Space not just being a giant friggin' like cash grab for us. We're actually building something that's cool. Then it's cool to see we've had 2,000 people buy our stuff, 2,500 people sell it. More people sold it than bought it, but like that's a lot of people. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, sure, I'd love to be top 100. I'd love to be a bigger deal on wax, but even top 500 brand, like I feel like we've done a pretty good job, especially because we're not play to earn. Like we're not selling ROI. Like if you look at the top of all time, like besides MLB, it's all fucking Farmer's World, Alien World, Farming Tales. MLB is the one like collectible. And then it's Our Planet, Blockchain Brawlers, Colonize Mars, Expansion, Spacecraft, Starship, Warspace, Goldman, Splinterlands, Animal Ward, and then you got Funko, and Cogs, and Hot Wheels. But like, it's almost all play to earn games or like massive fucking properties that like are famous outside of the NFT space. So I don't know. We're not going anywhere. There's a bunch of brands in the top 300 that are beating us that have basically rug pulled and left wax. So we'll pass them eventually because we're not going anywhere. But
yeah,
this is a fun website.
I definitely I like this. It's a nice little like way to visualize all the like data that's available on wax.
Did the Grail go down like $100 in the last hour? So this is wildly fluctuating in price. I guess none of them sold for as much as they were listed when I first looked at it. These are selling for like $250. A little cheaper now. They're $25 cheaper.
Damn, that's still
legendary. Yeah, prices are pretty consistent from what we looked at earlier. Robin's still more expensive, and then the Slade is the most expensive. That's actually gone up $90 for the cheapest Slade. It is interesting that like later book. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in Our Planet.
I
just started my second base. I'm expanding my whirlwind, settling my second base. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I didn't save enough money to buy the expanders. I'm just waiting. Get
Let's
my
do a
fucking
giveaway
bracelets
before
out.
I enter stream. I'm pretty much done on what we want to talk
Yeah, I think
about.
wrap it up. I gotta cook
I don't
and
think.
stuff.
I guess there's some wax news, like Outlaw Troopers is doing some sort of event with Alien Worlds. Also, ZOS is doing some sort of event with Alien Worlds. Alien Worlds is kind of branching out through those like
Oh, nice.
the governance. And they're like using TLM to fund events through other games to try to like you can use like your Alien World weapons on runs in ZOS. So like for a short
Oh,
period of time, they're doing like temporary things, and Outlaw Troopers is doing the same thing. So I guess
that's
just look
cool.
out if you have those NFTs in your wallet. Like I got airdropped some Outlaw Trooper blend tickets, and I haven't used them yet. I'm not really sure how it works, but since today is our Wax News Day, I guess if you're into Alien Worlds and that stuff. Also, Naren, the planet that I'm a council member on, we're funding another Battle Dome. So there's going to be like 9,000 TLM worth of NFT prizes in the Battle Dome for people that compete in the next month. So if you want to try to win some free NFTs from Alien Worlds, enter the Battle Dome next month.
Oh yeah, that's pretty dope.
I feel like I was about to do something and I totally just. Oh yeah,
A
let's do a
giveaway.
grubfish. Let's do a giveaway.
Yeah,
Do a giveaway and then call it.
nice. Oh, nice, good, nice legendary pull, Willow. 3 packs and a legendary is not too bad. How close are you now to the royalty set, though?
Well, that's another thing I was going to show off is popping stock. I kind of wanted to like check.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, see what it's priced at today and then tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to look at. How is popping stock, the website, not show up when I Google it? Like his Twitter shows up before the website. Got to get that SEO, baby. It's just poppinstock.com. Oh, wait, no, we want to look at
yeah, I want to see the
what the
Game of
fuck
Thrones.
is Game of Thrones? I don't see it. Oh, here it is. So tomorrow the Game of Thrones redeemables are going out, so you can see like the cost to get a royalty set right now is $68. And tomorrow we'll check what that price is, but it'll probably be like $5 tomorrow. So the price for these NFTs goes down drastically after they get redeemed. This one also has the least desirable redeemable because it's not a Freddy. Like Funko collectors really like Freddy in the style of the property, and I think it's just like another character from Game of Thrones, like the Hound or something. It's not Freddy.
Yeah, it should be a fucking like Freddy, like Wildling, or something like that. White Walker Freddy.
I'd even like a Freddy White Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see tomorrow. For our giveaway, we're going to give away a Crittercraft pack from our collection. As I mentioned earlier, we are a collectible brand. We don't just stream crypto stuff. We are artists. Max and I are both professional artists, and we worked as professional artists before we entered the NFT space. I'm a musician and audio engineer, and Max is a visual effects artist. He does 3D visual effects work.
Yeah, maybe CGI stuff.
And Max's husband, Paul, is our graphic designer. He's our 2D artist. So Paul makes 2D art. Max puts it into a 3D space called Neon City, and then I make music for it, and that's how we make our stuff. And then Mark does the flavor text. Mark is our lore supervisor. He supervises the lore of Neon City.
Yeah, we're gonna replace him with an AI now that he's busy.
Yeah, we're gonna have AI Mark at some point. This is the choice poll. There's 4 different rarities. You want this one?
Right back.
That's the rarest one you can pull out of the packs. There's only 25 of those. And then there's 3 other rarities. And the color of the grubfish trail changes based on the rarities. And, we have like the green, the blue, the same colors as grubfish. Because if you play grubfish and you have like the common trail, then it's a green or whatever. Or is that right? The common's green? No, the common's white. The common's white, uncommon's green, rare is blue, epic is purple. All right, so we're gonna give away one of those. Just wanted to show off what was inside of it in case you're new to our collection. Exclamation point play if you'd like to join the giveaway. It's doing its time. It's time. And this will conclude our stream after this. We'll end on the giveaway. I'll raid into someone. Next time we're going live is on Thursday. As I said, we'll do some sort of... Last week we did best movie trilogies. And what one was it? Toy Story? I can't remember what one.
Yeah, Toy Story.
Which was kind of a surprise to me because, like, you wouldn't think a children's movie
In
is like the best
retrospect,
trilogy.
though,
But
it's
we went
so
through the
fucking
evidence.
good.
It is pretty damning that Toy Story rocks.
It's
So
so
we'll either
good.
do something like that with food, or maybe we'll do game series. It'd be fun to do like Sonic versus Mario versus like Crash Bandicoot versus like take
Oh,
famous video game characters like icons and
Like-
mascots of video games and pick the best one. I feel like it's gonna be hard to
Yeah.
beat Mario though. I'm biased, but I fucking love Mario. Mario is my fucking homie. Like, can Sonic really compete with Mario? I'm a Sega boy, and I still don't think Sonic can compete with Mario.
what about,
Mario
I
is
don't know, dude. What about Pokemon? Pokemon have some pretty fucking awesome mascot characters, like a Pikachu.
I feel like Pikachu is the only one you could say is really the mascot of Pokemon, and I think Mario is
Yeah.
absolutely cooler than Pikachu.
Oh, okay. Okay. Mario's pretty cool, but
Mario's one of my
Yeah.
favorite. Like, he's probably my favorite video game character, and that's also
Mario
just because like
he lost
every
points
Mario
with me.
game is good. Is the other thing is like there aren't really bad Mario games. So like as far as like pleasant experiences with the character, like I've had some of the most fun playing single player games, playing Mario games in my life. So that also like feeds into me liking the character. Like I don't like Sonic. I liked Sega better than Nintendo growing up, but Mario's a better game than Sonic. Like I can't argue that. Like
Goku versus Mario. I feel like Goku would kick the shit out of Mario.
he's no Leisure Suit Larry.
Oh my god, dude, that game. That game. is
Super
wild.
Mario Brothers, April 7th. Are you saying?
The
Oh,
new
the movie.
dude. Yeah.
You need to
saw
type
that.
exclamation point play in the chat M611S, and that will. Oh, you're already in. You're good. M611. So you just need to. If you win, you just need to fill out this form. If you win a prize, we just ask for your Twitch ID and your Wax wallet. So at some point after the stream, Zelda will win. For Zelda, would you choose Zelda or would you choose Link? Because I consider Link like the mascot of Zelda, not Zelda, even though the name is obviously the princess. Just like, yeah, I don't know. Like I wouldn't put like, I don't know. Because yeah, also like, because then if we start getting into that, then it's like, do we have to add Luigi and do we have to add Bowser? So that's a different list. We could do like coolest Mario or coolest Nintendo character, and then we could add a bunch of characters from all the games. But I feel like if we're doing best mascot, it's got to be like one per game, and I feel like Link would definitely be. No, I'm saying like the characters, not even which game is better. Like what character do you like better? Like who is a cooler property? Like would you rather watch a movie about Sonic or would you rather watch a movie about Mario? I guess. Or would you rather watch a movie about Link? Like which characters? Which character is the most fun? Which is sort of an abstract question, and kind of, as I was saying, I'm influenced by which games are better because like my experience with the characters based on me playing the games they're in. Yeah, Luigi's Mansion. Luigi had his own game. Luigi is also in like everything else. Waluigi's kind of my guy. If we're picking obscure Mario characters, Waluigi's my fave. Ever since Mario Tennis, I believe that was the first time he was introduced. I picked him because he was tall, and I was like, if he stands up at the net, he can spike it better. There's no logic. There's no game logic that follows that. That's just, child Lewis logic. When I was a kid, I was like, this is definitely happening. He's a better net player than the other ones because he's taller. And even though that was totally untrue, in my mind, it was true. And since then, I've played Waluigi in every game he's been in. Speaking of, win Waluigi in Super Smash Brothers. Like wins Super Smash Brothers has done Waluigi so fucking dirty. They're adding like every fucking weird anime character like from every fucking series that's ever been on Nintendo. They won't add Waluigi. Fuck out of here, bro. Waluigi is sick. You added Wario. We need Waluigi.
It's like the background fucking characters from Fire Emblem are getting their own fucking characters.
Yeah, like less Fire Emblem, more Waluigi. That's what people like Mario. I don't know.
Right? Waluigi's like he's like an ally that you can summon which is like an item, but
No, it's
it's
weak
lame.
shit, dude. He should be a playable character.
He should be his own guy. Yeah.
He's a playable
also
character
wanted
in
to
Mario
see-
Kart, in Mario Party. Like he's in the Mario universe. They need to put him.
I want to see fucking Professor Langdon become a character too. I feel like that'd be great from like the puzzle games. Like he'd be a cool
I don't know if
Smash
I know that
character.
All right,
Or,
let's do a grubfish.
There's like that Star character, Starly or whatever. He'd be a fun character. Although I think he's also a what is it called? An ally you can summon.
Like a helper.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Super Smash did Waluigi dirty, but maybe instead of best video game like mascot, we could just do best Nintendo character. Like, so I've got opinions on that. Like, just pick all the characters from like Mario Kart and Mario Party and Super Smash.
I always wanted to play as Boo, like King Boo or whatever, like just the ghost. I feel like in Smash he'd be a kick-ass character in Smash.
You can play him in Mario Kart, I think.
You can play him, yeah, he can, and in Mario Party sometimes. Or no, never mind. Boo is like a spot that you don't want to land
Yeah,
on.
Boo steals stars for you. Boo's a fucking Boo's a gangster in Mario Party. He'll fuck you up.
He's like next to Bowser. He's like the worst thing that can happen to you in Mario Party.
Bullet Bill. I like the Bullet Bill character. I feel like he wouldn't make
Okay.
our list if we're doing like prominent Nintendo characters though. If we're doing a list of just Mario characters, then he could be included.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'm
Chain-
fine if we want to do just Mario characters.
There's a lot, dude. Chain Chomp is a pretty good one too. Or the Wampa Stompa.
You also have like the Koopas. You have the what are the little brown dudes called? The fucking
The Goombas.
yeah, the Goombas. You got the Goombas, the Koopas. The Hammer Bros are pretty sick. Those are like the Koopas that throw hammers and jump around.
What about the guy? Well, the guy who like throws the hammer, or the like football dude.
Yeah, he's also
Football
kind of like a Koopa, right?
I think so. I think a lot of them are like Koopa based because Bowser's like a King
They
Koopa.
also have those little black slugs. They're like the
Oh, dude.
they're like the green Goomba
So
shells,
cool.
but they're black and they don't stop. Like
No. Oh my god, dude. Tuna's just like cutting it so close right now.
Oh, he's so
no.
big.
What are you doing?
Flex.
Oh, what a flex. Nice.
congrats, Tune. But yeah, we haven't decided what the list is. I'm just ranting because that's what we're going to be doing on Thursday. So we'll have some sort of list probably around video games.
Yeah.
So if you want to come tell us your opinions on Thursday, we'd love to hear what you think.
Yeah.
love
share some video game
To hear your
insights.
votes. Oh,
I've been playing. I just unlocked the new fucking hero in Overwatch too, so let's go. He's pretty good, although his shield is really hard to use.
And
His
then
shield doesn't
Friday,
like, die. You can just like I don't know. It dies just from time.
Friday we don't have a super blend this week, so we might be playing some like blockchain brawlers. Friday is kind of our like community game and giveaway day, so we'll be doing more. If you're into like grubfish and marbles and stuff, Friday is kind of our designated day now for that. And also like if you're like, hey, check out this new wax project, like Friday is kind of the day where we don't have anything firmly planned, so we just kind of dick around.
Yeah.
Which probably seems like what we do every day, but believe it or not, Tuesday and Thursday we have schedules and we try to follow them. We get off the rails real fast, and I like to rant about nonsense always. But yeah, Friday is kind of our really off the rails day with no schedule.
Yeah, dude, the kid from Psychonauts would be a good character too.
I don't know if I know that kid from Psychonauts.
He's got like the goggles and he looks kind of crazy. I also like the alien from like Kill All Humans. He's a funny guy.
I don't think I've ever played this game.
No?
A creepy looking dude.
Yeah, it's like a almost Tim Burton looking character, I feel like. Waluigi, dude. He's the ultimate.
Oh, I forgot that I have a Chat GPT in here. Should I ask Chat GPT why Waluigi isn't in Super Smash Brothers and see if I have an
Yeah,
answer?
let's see what he says.
Why is Chat GPT? You should have the answers. You're an AI. Uh-oh.
He broke it. It's like does not compute.
Try again. You can see my last one. I said, will you please write me a gospel gospel music chord progression. And I said C, G, A minor, F. This is like the most basic chords you could ever like that's the first 4 chords you learn on guitar. And so I'm like, okay, awesome. You're a fucking innovative songwriter. Awesome, Chat GPT. So then I was like, can you make this chord progression more soulful? Because the other thing I was telling Max is like, there's multiple types of gospel music. The gospel music I like is done by black churches. Like, if I'm just going to be fucking blunt about it, it's like R&B, which R&B is also kind of a nice way to say music marketed towards black people. But I like black gospel music, not white gospel music. When you listen to like white church music, it is very, very boring, like C, G, A minor, F. When you listen to like black gospel music, that's what influenced like gospel and blues turned into soul music in like the 70s. So like they're using jazz chords and a lot of cool stuff that does not exist in white gospel music. So I asked, can you make it more soulful to try to get like R&B gospel? And it kind of fucked up again. It was like C, F, G, A minor, C, D minor. So like the only chord it added was a D minor in here. I was like, D minor isn't a soulful chord. Like, this is like, again, one of the first chords you ever learn on guitar. So then I asked, can you make the chord progression more jazzy? And then it actually fulfilled my request. It's C major 7, D minor 7, G7, C6, C major 7, F major 7, B flat 7, E flat 6. Those are fucking jazzy chords. That's soulful. I'm probably gonna make an episode of this. I recorded all of this separately, but I recorded all of these chord progressions separately on piano so you can hear how they sound. And even though this is cool, the last 2 chords are out of key. B flat and E flat are not in the key of C. And this is a jazz chord progression in the key of C. The C major 7, D minor 7, G7, all of those are in the key of C, F major 7. So like I had to adjust the last 2 chords to make it not be wrong. Like this is basically wrong, like musically speaking. So like GPT is not going to be like replacing it's not going to be replacing songwriters anytime soon. Like it literally doesn't understand music theory. Like it doesn't get it. But like I will say the first 4 chords sounded nice together. So what I did is I took the first 4 chords and then I just rewrote the second 4 chords into my own chord progression, and I ended up with something that Chat GPT did not write and something I think sounds good. So like kind of my thing on AI is like it can be a tool used by real artists to create stuff, but like just the average person, if you have no idea how to write music, if you're trying to use this as your exclusive tool, like it's going to come up with garbage. Like it does not sound good by itself, but it can get you like some base elements, jumping off points. And that's sort of how I feel like AI is going to be useful in the future. Like no one's going to be able to, like, if you can just type a prompt, copy and paste and sell it, if anybody can do that, there's no value to it. The people that are going to use AI are like people who are already artists. You can prompt something, use that, and modify it into something that somebody you can't. Like, I don't know. The way I explain it is like, I guess take painting. I use guitar because I'm a musician, but like, I can hand you a paintbrush. That doesn't gonna make the painting that you make good. Like, just because you can use an AI doesn't mean it's valuable and the thing you're creating has any value or people care about it. Like anybody can fucking grab a paintbrush and throw it on canvas, but it takes practice and skill to create a painting that people actually like. Just like anybody can use AI, but it's going to take real artists and creative people to prompt it in a way that's getting different results than somebody just typing in "show me my cat," but it, like in anime or whatever. Like that shit I don't think is going to sell. Whereas like people are going to use AI to make really cool art, but it's not going to be just like you type in the prompt and then you're done. It's going to be like you type in the prompt, use that prompt, and then modify it 10 extra times into something somebody's never seen before. So I like
you can train an AI to be more like a songwriting professional or something. I think Chat GPT or whatever is like it's still like a data aggregating, like answer your question kind of AI.
I still don't think like there are songwriting. There's other things that help you like generate chord progression and stuff, but same thing is like if you don't understand music to begin with, like you're not going to be able to use that to create anything interesting. Like you're going to create the C, A minor, F, G song, which is like literally if you just go type royalty free music, that's what it sounds like. Like you're making shit that people won't pay for already. Like the music we're listening to right now, like that's what you can generate with AI, but it's like people aren't willing to pay for this because it's boring and it's unoriginal. So like you want to make something original, you're going to have to like understand how the shit works and modify it to be different than what the Chat GPT gives you or whatever. But not just Chat GPT, for anything that like anything that you can type in a prompt and it gives you that, like, you're gonna have to change it to make it valuable. Because if literally anybody in the world can type in the same prompt and get the same result, your thing isn't unique. Just like anybody can have a paintbrush and throw fucking black paint on a canvas, but unless you know how to use that black paint, no one's gonna want to buy your fucking painting. Like, you need to understand to use how the tool to create something valuable.
Well, what does it say about Waluigi?
I didn't get there yet. I'm just ranting. Let's try
Does it know about Waluigi? Why Waluigi's
connection
not
wasn't
in Super?
working. Why isn't Super Smash Bros? There we go.
Let's see what he says. Oh, I know who Waluigi is.
Here we go. That's actually a pretty good answer.
What's it saying? Hold on.
It said, Waluigi is a popular character in the Mario universe, but has not been included as a playable character in Super Smash Bros. This is because Waluigi is not a main character in the Mario franchise and was created specifically as a rival for Luigi in spin-off games such as Mario Tennis. While many fans has requested his inclusion in Super Smash Bros., ultimately the decision to add characters to the game is made by the developers at Nintendo, and they have chosen to focus on characters that have more significant role in the Mario franchise.
Bullshit. What about all those fucking like anime guys? Get out of here.
Does anybody? What do you guys want me? What else should I ask ChatGPT?
Get out of here with
I can do a new
that
question if you
ChatGPT.
guys want.
You should be like, what about all those fucking anime guys?
Should I try it?
Just follow up.
What about all those dumb anime characters?
Let's see.
Oh, it says there have been a number of characters from anime franchises included in Super Smash Bros., including Pikachu from Pokemon, Goku from Dragon Ball Z. The decision to include characters from anime and other non-Nintendo franchises is made by the developers of Nintendo based on a variety of factors, such as their popularity and cultural significance.
Okay.
While some fans may consider those characters to be dumb in quotes, that's me, developers believe that these characters will appeal to a wide audience. Okay, touche, ChatGPT. You got some logic there.
I love how like you didn't have to format that or connect it to the previous thing. You could just follow it up, be like, what about the anime guys? And it knows we're still talking about Smash. It's a pretty impressive like AI, I gotta admit.
Should I ask like maybe some crypto questions? Like, let's do like, should I ask what is the best crypto? Like, what is the best blockchain?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it'll be like a generic Bitcoin and Ethereum are the most popular, but all of them have their own like
It's
thing.
subjective to determine the best blockchain as it depends on specific use case and requirements. Some popular blockchains include Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Ripple. That's a fail.
Oh, okay.
EOS.
Oh, EOS.
Hell yeah, EOS is number 5. We kind of made the
Look
list.
at that.
What is the WaxP blockchain? Let's see if it has that info. Wax, Worldwide Asset Exchange, is a decentralized blockchain platform that provides secure and transparent marketplace for buying and selling virtual assets, such as in-game items, digital collectibles, and other virtual goods. It aims to make it easier for anyone to trade virtual assets globally, regardless of their technical expertise or geographical location. Wax uses a token-based governance model and allows developers to build decentralized applications on top of its blockchain. The platform is designed to be fast, scalable, and accessible, making it a popular choice for gaming and other virtual asset-based communities. Fuck yeah, that's a pretty good answer.
Yeah, see what it knows about Neon Space.
I'm gonna have to put NFT because Neon Space is a game that came out before. Neon Space NFT is a non-fungible token project on the Binance Smart Chain. Nope. That aims to create a vibrant, decentralized digital universe filled with unique collectibles in the universe users can sell. So I guess Neon Space NFT is also a project on Binance Smart Chain I didn't know about. They're more famous than us. Our new goal in life is to be famous enough for ChatGPT to know us. I wonder if it knows what the... Let's create a new one. Do you think they know my band?
I don't know.
What style of music does the band The Gyrating Hips play? I couldn't find information about a band called The Gyrating Hips. Damn, what a fucking dude. This is like the hardest I've been roasted by a fucking computer. It's possible the band is not well known enough or they have not been active recently. They're just like, I don't know the fuck you are, you fucking loser. Damn you, ChatGPT. That's a fucking zinger.
There's another Neon Space in town too, huh? We'll have to go investigate.
I don't know. Maybe we'll play with this more on Friday. If you guys have any prompts you think we should come up with, we can also ask it to do stuff like
write us a poem about
write me a poem
NFTs.
about neon signs on the blockchain. You guys ready for this? Damn, this is a fucking epic poem.
Hell yeah, dude. Lay it down, ChatGPT. This is going to be our outro song in the future.
This might be the lyrics. You might be seeing live lyrics written for our next song. All right, here we go. In the city, bright and bold, neon signs on the blockchain hold, their colors shining in the night, a sight that brings delight. The flicker and buzz, each letter tells a story because the blockchain's power, they do boast, a symbol of what we value most. These signs, they glow with endless night, their message is shining ever so bright. From the crypto world, they do call, and they keep on shining, standing tall. So if you're ever walking down the street and you can see the lights that can't be beat, take a moment to pause and admire the neon signs of the blockchain, forever shining higher. Let's go!
Not bad. Not bad. That's pretty great. I don't know.
Yeah,
Random
yeah.
King
Look
wants
out,
to
Mark.
just
Your
solve
job's
those
about to be
hungry.
fucking taken. We just replaced Mark, guys. Chat
Yeah,
GPT
right.
is the newest member of the Neon Space team.
That's what I was saying, dude. Mark's busy at the restaurant. It's okay. There's an AI we can use. I grab this stuff out of the microwave.
Write me a poem about streaming on Twitch. Streaming on Twitch, a place to be where gamers come and streams they see. With chats that buzz and emotes that fly, it's where online and gaming world meets the sky. As streams begin, the excitement builds, and every move and victory is thrilled. With cheers and laughter echoing through the air, it's a place where gaming communities share. From first-person shooters to playing role games, there's something for everyone, it's never the same. With streams that never end, the fun never stops, it's where the gaming world never drops. So if you're looking for a place to play, where every win is a loss on display, streaming on Twitch is the place to be for all of your gaming needs, so come and see. These are pretty bad poems, if we're being honest.
I kind of like that it's being written by like an AI though.
Like
this is like the high school teacher having to grade like everybody's poems. This is like a C- poem.
How do you spell Shakespeare?
It's not bad though.
We're gonna try to get the right in the Shakespeare voice. All right, here we go. We're rewriting the Twitch poem in the voice of Shakespeare. A streaming on Twitch, a place of cheer where gamers gather year by year, with chats that hum and emotes that soar. It's where the virtual world meets the shore. As streams commence, the joy doth rise, and each move and conquest is met with prize. With huzzas and laughter ringing through the air, it's where gaming fellowships do repair. From warlike shooters to stories untold, each new adventure near grows old. With streams that near do end, the merriment doth flow. It's where the gaming realm doth grow. So if thou art in search of mirth and play, where every win and loss is open display, streaming on Twitch is the place to be for all thy gaming needs. Oh, come and see. Okay,
like
that was a
lot
significantly better poem when
That
you
was
like
a lot better.
tell the type of poem in the style of someone.
Damn. Yeah, this is fun. Oh man, I gotta finish this food though. I'm making food right now. It's all gonna be done at the same time.
All right, we're gonna write a poem about Jungle Bree to sign us off. All right, here we go. This is for you, Jungle Bree. We're writing you poems. In the wild, where the leaves and vines do grow, there lies a beauty that few doth know. Jungle Bree, with petals bright and bold, a wonder of the forest to be told. With colors bold and fragrance sweet, it dances in the wind with two left feet. And though its steps are slow and its journey long, the beauty doth remain in the hearts of those who long. For Jungle Bree, it's more than just a flower. It's a symbol of strength in the midst of power. It's a reminder that beauty can still be found in the wild and the untamed when the world's brought down. So let us cherish Jungle Brie in all its might, and let its beauty be a guiding light. In the midst of chaos, the stress of life, Jungle Brie, a symbol of peace and a love of life.
That was actually pretty good.
I think it's better too because we did the Shakespeare one before this, so like it's kind of going in the style of Shakespeare still, and definitely like the poems sound better in that style than like it sounded like a third grader wrote it when we did the first poem. It's just like, all right, let's do one more giveaway. We're about to end our stream, but since we have a raid, we appreciate you all joining us. We're kind of wrapping up our stream, but we'll do a grubfish giveaway and then raid into somebody else.
Those are some pretty fun poems. I like that. It's just writing poems for us. I think
we got these Crittercraft packs. These are 1-card packs from our collection. We're Neon Space. We're artists. We make digital collectibles on wax.
Yeah. I wonder if you can teach GPT that. If it's like, oh, I don't know who Neon Space is. You're like, oh, it's this. And then next time someone asks, if it would then tell them.
No, the database for ChatGPT is not on the internet. It's offline.
Okay.
So it's not live updating. Also, if you've done anything within like the last year on the internet, it won't know. So like it doesn't know current events. It doesn't know new stuff. It knows what's in the database that was learned, like everything from a year ago or whenever they made the database. Anyway,
can't wait for that stuff to be more real time.
Oh, it'll definitely like.
Oh, it'll get there.
All this stuff is going to get better, but it's fun to play now. Even just like writing these poems is fun. Maybe we'll have to. Maybe we could ask ChatGPT to like vote on our like which food is better thing.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That'd be interesting.
So this is a 1-card pack from our collection. There's grubfishes in here. There's 4 different rarities. The highest rarity one has. Let's see if I still have it pulled up, so you can see what it looks like real quick. This is what your choice pull. There's only 25 of these. It's the rarest in the packs. So that is one thing you can potentially pull out of this pack. There's also like a blue and a green and a white one. Same rarities as the grubfish. Like the rarer they get, the trail changes color. Anyway, that's what we're giving away. Exclamation point play if you'd like to join the giveaway. The wallet for giveaways is give.neon. Let me type it here. Just give.neon. You should be able to find it on Atomic Hub before you send, just to confirm. Let's see if ChatGPT likes pineapple on pizza. That's a good question. I don't know if it has like opinions on things. Like I think it can tell you information, but if you're like, do you like pineapple on pizza? It may occasionally produce harmful instructions. That's sketchy. Let me do our sound thing. We also, for the record, that's our sound cue for hitting switch play. Yeah, I was gonna say we do a form. So if you do win, we would appreciate it if you could fill out this form. You only need to fill out once if you've ever been on our stream. Like we have literally wallets from people that watch our stream like 2 years ago are still on this Google form. We don't ever wipe it. So if you do win, if you could please fill out the form, that just makes it easier for us to send the prizes after the stream. It just asks for your Discord and your Wax wallet, or not your Discord, your Twitch username and your Wax wallet. Yeah, y'all are good to go if you've been here before, but I know we have some new people from Jungle Brie, so it also only matters if you win. You don't need to fill it out if you don't win. All right, it says, as a language model AI, I do not have personal preferences or opinions. Pineapple as a pizza topping is a matter of personal taste. There's no one correct answer. Some people enjoy the combination of sweet and savory flavors that brings to a pizza, while others... How about this? Should I try pineapple on pizza? Like, ask them for me, not for them. Thank you for the sub. We appreciate it. Thanks for the gift subs, Mahala. Oh, what a fucking cop-out. Whether or not to try pineapple on pizza is a personal decision and ultimately depends on your own taste preferences. If you enjoy trying new flavor combinations and are open to sweet and savory flavors, then you may want to give it a try. However, if you prefer more traditional pizza toppings and are unsure about the taste of pineapple on pizza, you may want to stick with what you know and enjoy. Ultimately, the choice is yours. I don't want the choice. I want you to make the choice for me, ChatGPT. When is the AI going to make my life easier? You're just telling me things I already know. How about this? What's the best pizza topping? Let's try that. Best pizza topping? God, as a matter of personal taste, obviously. Here we go. Some of the most popular toppings include cheese, pepperoni, mushrooms, onions, and peppers. Other popular toppings include sausage, olives, ham, bacon, and pineapple. There we go. It pretty much said that pineapple pizza is popular and you should do it. I'm gonna remove Max from here. Can hear Paul talking through the mic. But yeah, we'll play with more of this on Friday. So I'm having fun with ChatGPT, but we've been streaming for 2.5 hours. We got stuff to do today. So last call, exclamation point play if you'd like to join Grubfish. For the new users, on Thursday we're gonna probably do some sort of like video game showdown. We like to do tier lists. We're gonna do like either like mascots for video game franchises or like Nintendo characters specifically, and vote on like, is Mario S tier? Is Link S tier? Is Bowser, is he A? Is he D tier? Do we not like Bowser? We're gonna find out on Thursday. And then Friday we'll do some more like we'll do some more giveaways, and we do like Grubfish. We do like sometimes we do Jackbox games like Drawful and Trivia, and we'll give away NFTs for people that play the games for us. So Friday will be kind of our shoot the shit, have fun giveaway day, and Thursday is more of our structured show day. We also re-upload these episodes as podcasts, audio only podcasts. So I try to not have too many giveaways going on days that are going to be uploaded as audio only podcasts, because it's not really entertaining to like listen to someone narrate marbles. It's not something people are listening to podcasts for. So we try to balance like the ability to watch our video on demand and the ability to give back to the community. And our Friday show, we do not upload to Spotify and stuff. So Friday, we're more cool with just totally being off the rails. Anyway, enough ranting. Let's fucking go. Grubfish time. Turn on some tunes. But we appreciate the raid, Jungle Bree. And we appreciate you all for watching us. On this Tuesday is like the wax day. Tuesday is friggin' Funko day. It's like the biggest. Like every other week is like fun drops on wax. So we normally stream on Tuesdays. Also, if you just joined, we did like a crypto market analysis, and we talked about some wax DeFi, and also like Ethereum moving to a proof of stake model, and you'll be able to unstake Ethereum probably in the next couple months, which is you've not been able to unstake Ethereum since you changed your proof of stake model. So if y'all are interested in that sort of thing, the video on demand will be live on both YouTube and Twitch. But if you're into more technical stuff, Tuesday is a mix between our technical day and NFTs. So we go over like the crypto market, and then we also usually like go over the Funko drop and stuff happening on wax. But if you're interested in that information, it's out there. Damn, Sully giving Ramza a run for his money. You also got a friggin' gold. Oh no, Ramza! You friggin' you dodged right into it. Congrats, Sully, though. Shout out to our friends over at Sully, the Nerds Unite community. We are also nerds. We like uniting with other nerds. I also dig the positive attitude Sully always has. I will say we get a little saltier sometimes on the Neon Space stream. We talk about some injustices that happen in the crypto space, but we do very much appreciate like not having a toxic attitude when it comes to gaming, and like, yeah, I don't know. I grew up gaming. I grew up on the Xbox Live, and I've heard enough obscenities screamed at me and screamed enough obscenities at people in my life. So I like that there are people out there like promoting like positivity in gaming, because there is a lot of toxicity and negativity in gaming, and I don't know. I think it's a bunch of nonsense. Most of us are just nerds that like playing games. Like, but anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and raid into somebody else and call this a stream. We're gonna raid into NFT Gamer TV, for Taco Tuesday. Check them out. Give a shout out to T Davis, and I'm sure Plax is also there. They're playing Encryptia. I believe this month Encryptia is now free to play, so you can try out Encryptia without owning NFTs. I'm not 100% sure how that works, but you can go ahead and ask them in the NFT Gamer TV chat because they're playing Encryptia. So have fun over there. Hope you all had a good time watching us, and we will see you on Thursday. Oh, also, I'll do real quick. I'll post our Discord in case somebody wants to hang in Discord in between now and our next stream. But otherwise, we'll catch you all on Thursday. Raid into NFT Gamer TV. All right. I hope you all got good pulls. If you if you did Funko packs, I hope you got nothing but redeemables and grails. I hope you pulled every card you needed for your set bonus. I hope you got what you needed. You're having fun, but catch you later. Peace out.